free nyame.
What you want to go now? One not the beer 24/7. We are Juma and no pay really and not Joe. Oh, when we baby, running who you 24/7. Oh, now boy, and woman 24/7. Baby, yeah, 24/7. What does you yeah. Santa 24/7. Udasu yo nyamia. Aye yi se o. Tuntunwe. Aye we. Udasu yo nyamia. Aye yi se o. Tuntunwe. Anasi se o. Udasu yo nyamia. Anasi se o. Aye yi we. Udasu yo nyamia. 24/7. Nigeria for Frewo 24/7. America for Nyawa. I say wo and Tum say wo 24/7. Jesus wo ye wo 24/7. One time corner one night 24/7. Oh yeah oh when ya and I say wo and Tum say wo we on Yamia tete butanya me Osisando 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 Osisanda 24/7 Udasu yo nyamia Onyamia udasu ya omweni Eradi wodi won tonko na won na de biarada 24/7 Uye juma anope wiene anadjo omwani beini Eradi hu ye hu pa 24/7 Ona ubo ye hu pa 24/7 Bibi biere yen 24/7 Udasu yo nyamia I say wo and I say wo we on nyamia won't you see Santa 24/7 Udasu yo nyamia I say wo tum we I Udasu yo nyamia I say wo tum we and I say wo Udasu yo nyamia and I say wo Udasu yo nyamia
Ebusiafo, that's Kofi Antodua. Do not friend Koda. I say things are not the same anymore. Kisto sumuno aye SMP. And that's what we say. Or china so we say. Adorso. Aye SMP.
Wa mu eni na wa nhyɛ da hu de ye.
Ai.
Bia ne de nam.
Bia ne de nam.
Ni bebre. Ebi de pa de se. Wote na we did that why we say we dey anu.
Yeah, I mean I think about last month or so. Suffer be or is it Rwanda or Kenya I catch and go for some when you're fasting. And then crying almost about 20 of them died.
How many days fasting?
I'm see for the whole month. 30-day fasting.
Dry
fasting. It's how much suffer. How much suffer.
Ebi se bi nkwari grass. Ebi se bi Christosum ayense.
Yes MP. Ebusiafo this Christosum ayense note no. We now come back at about Oyerepa TV show. And Thursday morning, the 18th of May, 2023. It was a fortunate day, Oyerepa breakfast, and that is OBT. Meeting at the Kwesi Park, Wilson. I don't pay any money about.
Akua Asiedua ena enimohia efi sabre kosi 9:30 no bebono ensem asisi o man Ghana mu ena yabo ne nyina no ayede ebesomo ensem ne de news no bi wom he social de wom economic wom health wom agriculture wom bi wom bi ma ye the sports okra bebre me no aye se real for omo ye modai
yeah in fact city den dey form me sure 40 yeah
city
dey form pa
o je say kroma ye den
very
good morning.
I see.
Madrid for those who are good morning. Me chia opa me te won kanche. We
city they form now. Me city fan but
Oba city no. Omo ye form dada o. Me pe omo asem backstage kakra because of Sabre na Vincent company.
Okay.
Sabre na omo ye so kan is a solid.
Another guy Taves, another solid guy.
Omo good efe. Yemwaiko football akoye say obi kan say ball body no ani atwans wa ho boa ne ebeso ani no na chese nkudimde akwama ne nyina mu megye de se baba yisa eba no peya ode beba ye dwumadie enkomo nketenkete wo mu bi ye wo motivational quote wo ye weather ne forex news wo eno ese sika na ya hete account no ama
na sika 600 million beba
sika sadaka so
you see what people don't understand is that Sikano and she done is KBL but a bar a big boy I'm like a bob senior more money That is the meaning.
No.
That is the meaning. It's really bad. I don't mind. I'm wondering. Say the baby team call capital marketing BM to go and borrow.
And not to say no. The meti ase ne say pensioners. Esi kana na dey ense kwa keka na fei. E be kwa koda baby. Hopefully. Nempanyifo ni ja kasa.
Hopefully. Yan kan sa.
I was koda baby e da nempanyifo ni ja kasa. Enti sika na hate account. I say no se china. Joint press conference bi be koso. Ama homo achechire mu na e bi ani age. We no mempesa mete. Me ne Kwesi nyina me ni tirimba me kasa ama no. Say ye di we hu dokono ne nchenam. Ukobo bosia nya de ni gie na ade abedi dokono ne nchenam abe pop champagne na ye nya bosia ni ye hotan ye ni ye hu koba
we stray bullet
Kwesi na say wo na akwa no ye de be party ukoji bank loan na wo de be to dokono ma wo ne o ma no matwa betu video so na mu di na mu chinkosua ohie ni mo ne brasa abusuafo ye koye ni mu ne de no so nsembeba newspaper headlines wo sports wo Ghana tisen wo me sante hina ni abre galamse no oso wo betu so sa wo de hihya ahemfo ne nsa nanso e kamia ko esa ase adwuma na ya agye omo nsam o sheda bo mensini bi mu se amanse ene sa ne mpotem no ya tena se ye beka ho asem e wo Ghana tisen mu health and lifestyle beba na fe OBT agenda ene yeso special guest ye Ablema
Catherine Ablema Afeku yes
special guest nti ene enkomo ne ho ne nam ye mamu nyina akwa aba
on that note today, your WhatsApp line no are very active 0322497263 0322497263. Jumedi Kemami Kebe. Let's hear your thoughts this morning on the show. Send your messages on our Facebook app or your part live on Facebook, like a page, na for commenting na egu my be kinding na edama and not pay quickly. Your more rank boxing kitty credit akoso.
Dear Koso be one common kitty and say they didn't kind ruling na Supreme Court de ba fa Ura James Kwesi a wo se mo hu ne ho no kwado mo kan ya che ne mo no de dom de be kan ne se parliament mpupa ni din kura free parliament nkrata esimu se kasa no ana che se wo nipa kro no ye hye da ya recognize wo asa wa fa kwampa so e na ade ba ye nti omo mpupa ni din kura free parliament abakosemu intene Ura James Kwesi a no ye Asen North MP na yeso wo aman mienu so nkrata ohodi ne ho se Ghana ni na Canada ni ano wo ye ne nso wansesa ne nkrata semu eno nti wadi fo e wo man ne mramu nti ene by election e ba be koso e wo Asen North na enum na ye wura nso akasa eno amete so akasa on twe ho man so biem asem no nka ho asem na nso ono ani nuanu man di sefo ni bi e kire se ye sen bie nkrata mu betimi asa ko file
that is true.
It is true na no no nkwa no mpese woko.
Oh, there be some on the to so about what share vote margin now when you're 52% MPP in your 44%. So obviously he's the man of the people. Exactly.
People now who can be Samoa.
They will say the point is that you see in the case the proper case of the spirit and the letter of the constitution. And Nuna, and the spirit and the letter of the constitution. This case is the perfect example. Because you see, or share process when we and a file. But law they say in black and white and they say before you file answer now the cat and that call electoral commission said exactly. But then was a process and I say it's a law no the spirit will look at the intention. Say okay, Abrantiano, Melko Guswa warrior. It's like a judge is the spirit of the law, or because Munjana Manenko. But almost share the letter of the law, which is the black and white ink in the same.
The constitution.
Ansana obe filing. Now, when you're a Canadian or my Libya, that is it. Civil, criminal aspect in Bebemuana. Well, they claim say a criminal angle, but because lawyers like I said they are disagreeing on that. Also, we need criminal intent because there are evidence to show. There's no criminal intent on this matter. And I only see the electoral commission we are different from clearly different from. And I was kind of the end and the electoral commission is also a hobby. Because I'm not telling you no find catch up so me process also when you share we are now they are bad necessary. So you see electoral commission ehwe the intent or the koi or the koi it's in law ni na ba say exactly into na man for kasa we as a politically
na ne bank metu ne foso on san onko pen baby they say we try ho so paper mu
she said he
so ko na asin for su ha
no be for Canada but on enjoy the right of a citizen
for Canadian passport ntu kwan
exactly Ghanaian passport no be too kwan sana
asem na den enti e say the Supreme Court say enyi ne din every Ghana parliament
and the NDC for issue statement say they are ready for a by election
exactly
they are ready for a by election even though near court na can say court in Nisa to me so because a parliament in Canada from their books but they are ready for a by election
e ho ne be ya ma wo mo e ho ye ma wo mo ye to aso afiri ho na ya konsem foforo mu a ye hu video bi ye nya bi wa ha ye be yi dia kire mo e fa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign tracks bi a ya brand no ni photo da ho na ye de nam emisa aba e na no mu yie no mo pese mo de be na nte fo mama mileage na ka che no nti ye de agu payload so e na enam na voice bi ne namase ebusuafo pictures we na nkrofo atwitwa de aba social media anche se cars foforo a makokra de aba omode be ye campaign no eno no hu se pick up se mono kra pick up se mono e na egu car so a ye twindi ewura mu ene ba bi efiri ni ba bi ekro de campaign ni hete a ene ebehunu se de enioma esi ekro na ba ku bi mehu ye de enhye nya pictures se ye video ankasa a ne voice ankasa ono Dr. Bawumia ne voice ena mase no sabra na omuhu se Ghana edikom nti no omo ka ho asem
oma sa video
oma kwachi bi no mo dia be mi
oma doctor video
aha oma doctor nso eno yo no anso na asem bi a waka ne biribi
of course
ena omo dia to asem we ase se sa nkomo no ene de esi pae ana se nipa kro na no wada ne ho depending on baby how find ho at a given point in time no na motivate you kasa
exactly
baby a wujira no ene motivate asem a wo beka se nei udi position a ebri bi atwam na wo opposition no ene wo opposition two different words na me use wa opposition any position baby a wujina no ene kire baby a wo kasa ede ekro say de na papa yi kana asem yi de video no say omunsu omunyi say ono na so ayo no
in fact we nyangese ma check ono ne pickups or the babe me campaign so be a flag bearer and the NPP.
Oh
yeah, but of course, I mean, he's a vice president. I doubt say your mind another koto a pick up. I doubt. Again, we should morally the be what ya kokudi. Exactly. Aha, ntina no na ko for well, let's see how it goes.
And a high court, I won't cry a ruling say anas a remia anas, media dance here, and for Ira Kwesi Nyantachi, a open court, and Katanimono, Nadia court to some better tolerate a beam. Now, no, on Pesoma, Ira Nyantachi who announced him for the first time. Muso the moon, now, anybody anymore here.
I think so, Nimanaso. I think so. I think that he knows Anas. I know Anas by six. I think he knows Anas. And you know,
dear, well. My sister can say well so do otepatas enti ye be janesi ho na so be ko open court akodi adanse na ye ranya ntachi akosaman no court e na court no hye ne se ya twe wa be gina wo de wo so ba na be di adanse be kan de ewunim na no ne omo twetwe se ono de ewunyi nanim mfa nante enti nka ye mane nkata nanim court ne se de bi nyantachi be gina ho ayi nanim enti so ba be yi wanim
the compromiser aban compromiser aban say Anas lawyers no actually say Anas or your public interview or or share the mask it's in a court no oba court on share the mask now the twist is that before oba kujina that can no I will say Anas and the lawyers who say anasi ni ewo judges chamber no
the closet
no ansana okwakotina you don't want any situation where
obi be corner
you know but court no de obehye na de no wakasa because some say ne personal security on share na de no be na court however before we could adaka no I was said judges no and anasi lawyers who say anasi ni and so now
so that's the lawyer
for on court but you say in cartel no what I said the lawyer there I don't know yes
James for enkomo nketenkete na mkrom bi ene ya resaresa e wa ha yi de aka no nso mu ne di nkomo e wo ba bia amowo enwuma mu ne efie ne ba bia de aka ye de to amoso
nyaka the message of motivation we shall for ye fire no ansana ye de kan ni na e de aba ye fire message of motivation na rope. The second lady of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Mrs. Samira Bawumia, and I don't pay your kind of say all of us, without exception, need someone who inspires us to do better than we already know how. All of us, without exception, need someone who inspires us to do better than we already know how.
Samira Bawumia maybe ani enim no okoye beauty queen no ye Samira Ramadan ina say de we Samira Bawumia na maami asema wo kana na pay ene se ye nyina ye hia obi a ebre ne don nyina obehye ye nkran na de yenim dada no ye hunu bi aka ho ye nyina ye hia obi a obehye ye nkran se de be ya de yen adwen yesi enim dada na bia na nka nye sa akra na netie onipa bi wuni bibi ye kra wo hia obi
so be inspire you of course
be show go school na ntako time ye nyina enim se ye best America tufo na ye de omko stadium enso ni nyina ye bojama e de bojom what you say onipa ni si track ni mu a de da ye be ye ne nko pepe ni apple fans na
no pesho you know no yes and am for bojino so no ni abirigidi
Obi can bro for can you him? You can't him. No. Enti anapay Samira Bawumia sama wo kan say. Ye nyina ye hia wo bi a da bi obebagye so. Said de be ya de unim ye no. Ubetimi aye amana bro so.
For that is the message of motivation always brought to you by Bosheba Electricals. Yankofa your word for the next 24 hours. That's the weather for the next 24 hours. Yada back to Yada somewhere because Yada no day. Mama, that is the weather for the next 24 hours. Ghanaian city, now say IMF, Sikane Banitinum, the city is picking up gradually, and the whole air getting back. It was for another pay. You should be Sikana Kwakudu.
Sikani pick it up gradually. So and if you get see a Bank of Ghana, they are my yet. He said 2-3 weeks ago, net na a beer enquisition. And also said now what try besimono. And you be
but next Monday, things are getting shape.
I hate your account in Intina and then Sakraya Eba. And Jessica some no US, America dollar, no pound sterling, euro. Canada for the China for the RMB nina said the tie figures in the tear that no sa pepe ena etie ye pen sakraye ya ebe ma ade na kofom sakraye nsesa ma dollar no ahode no entemna fom nche sidi no se de yesidi ne benya nan e de agina so na madwadie atumi akoyie e wo man no emu ye de besi we dane ye ho abusuafo ye koba baba yisa aye krado a ode ano passports ebre
Anopay Yamuate na Yamuakwaba. Enra wasn't good night for Real Madrid fans no Real Madrid fan Mayako. Man City as a Real Madrid canine womu adu finals of the Champions League. Dates ben and a Champions League no ebetuja ewo Turkey. Yede wonsem ebetu anim Samson Dean oye president Emma Paralympic Olympic Committee Africa odensem atuja afa committee no yibedi nkomo ene anopay honorable Oseite Mensa Bunsu akasa afa Ghana Football Association ene aban no ho ningina obekte ene anopay sports lawyer ni the only sports lawyer in Ghana football yensa se emfi Samson Dean na so ye oye chair president Emma African Paralympic Olympic Committee no osi Ghana ye ready say he host Paralympic Games or Ghana ha yibetimi a hosti.
If we are to host the African Para Games tomorrow, I can tell you that we are ever ready. We've had the International Wheelchair Basketball Federation officials visit this facility, and they gave it 100% thumbs up that it is a ready-made facility. So we will want to urge you that try as much as you can from today, give us the needed support in terms of good PR. We are not going to organize the best of African Para Games. That one, I've been saying it to my African brothers. But we will do what at the end of the day, the African people, the athletes, will call it a success.
Yen kase ebe hosti Para Games ewo Ghana ha ebe chen dia hosti nyina na emom no yen wie no na obi ahu se yaya adia ese efata eno eye Samson Dean nensema odi etudwa anope be fio na afi yakọ ensemfofo mu odanwane ekopiem ewo ensemfofo mu asei ena Ghana Football Association president Ket ES Okraku edi etudwa na no ena Ghana Football School no womo epa hontoma osi school no beboa ama football etimi akone beboa legends no na yehu impact na ene ochena bi impact no yebehu Ket ES Okraku
associations level. This is the best opportunity and chance we can create for our ex-footballers who have a lot to offer than they are currently offering. The Ghana Football School will be working with all the institutions to see how best we can support our legends. I've already said that we will continue in offering the courses that are directly administered by the Football Association. We will also partner renowned institutions who are already offering football-related courses, and we would also encourage and partner institutions who are not currently offering football-related courses, but who are willing to partner the Football Association in offering these opportunities in the provision of education in this country. Once we get this...
Yanko Honorable Oseite Mensa Bunsu na so yedom dodo a ewo parliament no ono ena eda no yere ni di nkomo ena ochem se football no na ya aban no ne efe no ene ye ena efe no ba se ombetima ayomode nti ene no se akoba se Ghana ye league no omo pese aban no boa omomra na omo ne omo ntena se
stadium so wo mayimu a mbo matches so no the big league centers Kumasi, Accra, Tamale, Secondary, Cape Coast. Ni na so aban na esi. As I say ma aban fa na ho asem fa na number 2 masem. Afi o mo akọ ni mu na so mo say aban aban ensan me so mo sene maybe was a transfer near Edin Community. I think that the football no come from. The crime bench ni bit me a net me a page view. So, and yet, back for 3 months. Near the year, a baby, or saying in a transfer. Administrators, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the coaches in the system, any referees, or you now say a transfer. Now you know, a campaign between they are promoting football. Because okay, other countries no ball or more ball. To say a ball under 16, under 17 tournament, Algeria, countries no no. Ghana, Yanko baby, what I say. And having say a country like Ghana, Sanemano, ye free mu. And at that level, no so went near Nyadia, progressing further no becomes difficult. Until was it me when your foundations, it me strengthen foundations, the strengthen wa and now the Kosra.
And no, honorable Oseite Mensa Bonsibe financier. Na yahwe UEFA Champions League semi-final 2 second leg enra ewo Etihad Stadium Manchester City 4 Real Madrid 0.
Still going.
Especially technical team no ni players no ose last year dey see e was Santiago Bernabeu no 9 minutes qualification Madrid nyae no nyame no mkreni na wo mutrim
that we what happened last season. I think today went out everything that we had. It was so painful last season. When the people say lack of character of these players during 1 year, we show again how special this group of players they are. I would say a keep congratulations for all organization, since our chairman, our owner, until the last person, because they work with a real purpose, and yeah, we are there. So when you reach the final Champions League, you have to celebrate them.
That is the master tactician Pep Guardiola. And otening cano Don Calancelotti form rebi atwam wate no ho nti e de agudie mu nsem no SC the name still remains sports lawyer, the only sports lawyer in Ghana football. And I homeba oduefo Nana Asabre Penaman Ebeka Kwesi Parker was no the man in the morning is back na fe sister Kia my sister Minuaba Madi nyina ma se na fe amodi newspaper review no atwas my crown of it.
For JB Bako Enterprise ni.
Say open quality wallpapers ye come for JB Bako Enterprise now. Ye were 3D wallpapers, suede wallpapers, wallpaper glue, prestige painting, wall and CD panels, or borderline stickers, butterfly stickers. Now the other become ukulele, bed sheet and comforters. Was out with JB Alata soup and a JB bar soup. So open near my papa, ne was out for my furniture JB Enterprise.
I'm a JB Multimedia. And Emma ye posters, banners, billboards, I can say invitation card. Open it may be a fat printing one, but JB Multimedia. Your printed t-shirts, invoice ade be print you bia no bra ne be hwew ayama nti event bia we bia no bra JB multimedia ne be hwew say ye say ye wedding say program bia we bia
ye wo Boss FM abrosan nim ye wo soro e na ye san wo fom
ye san so official ba ko instance enchen ho a e ben Aseda House
JB Akua Enterprise get the best actor afei na twere ensem a ese moni dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya enida so se ne yale befire ne so wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo medimafo heba clinic oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi abubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie stroke diabetes pressure ne yale enkan ne nyina aye entetia case wasiesie na yale sabia ho kama doctor se fakakra bi beje wayalesa wo Kumase Abuakwa ago oyalefo bia kaise udimafo ye medimafo heba clinic Dr. Time daso
secretary when you cold one you cold pa na no ye meeting na boss when you cold ntimi hume na ne hunu so na dia do no so ma kotoma no
me koto Flumal triple action
na boss na penimu ne hunu so na wontimi nyahwe na
ai na me ka say drum han konkonsan mo de mon kan ho se mo kura na mo di mo tintiman
boss nie
Flumal triple action se wonye pepun na ohunu mu so ne nsuo na woje ho enye no de ehia ane Flumal triple action ebeboa wo pa kan ko ne ko pepito
Flumal triple action ane se ko du achiwo ohunu mu asisie anase prunsu kope Flumal triple action nyentutu asema ontem kura
wo benya Flumal triple action e wo pharmacy any over the counter medicine sellers at phone call Action Pharmacy Kumase apemfo abata woma nufo ene nkoda woni mfie dumienu nka ho FDA jeje de nkrato ya to
Flumal triple action kwa
Arante na dai
Mrs. Yo sister Mrs. Se me pejade a mentimi kura Mrs. me ya
oh any osisi di aje Cement Vital Herbal Mixture eye pa se osisi yale dia
Cement Vital Mixture eye me sisi yare on
koko pepito
hello sister pacho me pe Cement Vital agan ha sa no kasa agan Cement Vital Herbal Mixture ene ne capsules se fa se usisi ya wa wo tra se che driver fo ene obi a owo sisi mu yare me chew Cement Herbal Mixture ene ne capsules ye bɔn na ne se agan
entoma obi a oni fie du wɔche enya ma pemfo
oba a oma akwada no fo enka FDA agedwade nkrato
anytime you file your tax in America Larry King file your tax in Europe David anytime you file your tax in Australia Jeff anytime you file your tax in Asia remember that your money can end in the pockets of some corrupt leader, or your money can be that money that is used to buy guns and ammunition to kill women and
right yadanyame ase yetiase ahode wo ho seda ne de manyankopon se ebre na so se de the bon krata ho do abadwa so atifinsem ebremo enu a baba isa wo frena won fa because Madrid alusu entiden si awie city for nyina so yedama se wan paibo no aye adwuma papa ye oduefo na na sabre pena manie the bon krata ya abadwa so ne de bremo eneye miankasa menua dufie Robina ne birthday Robina e o mamponten fitem ya ka sabre abusuana Robina e ka ho bi e ma otrenkwa wate Kwesi Parker Wilson e wa ha Akua Asiedua wa hanom minim de Parker offer match no man you for the be support to city But I now support him.
Oh no, I got support City.
Wonderful.
Maybe say if any United that City. Because in Manchester. No. It's immediate. I was supporting City.
Akwa so we do come support Akwa Nikin.
And this United in Nima because City.
And club ya Kasem already was say City best 4 on air. Me catch on air.
I know the travel for them.
We dey mean
we are too pepper.
Abamuso.
We na am go do fun say no. You score. Correct score.
Oh, correct score. Yeah. Green Gather Day. Krobia Sante Kotoko hene na oda animo fefefe. And abujina po me boa. Apa hontoma kama. I want some and eda henti no de Krobia Sante Kotoko hene fo ni aba betu e.
Abujina po.
I will say Latif Abubakar and Spanish Embassy Premier Live is a Dream play May 29th. I did some normal
Oye stage play. Latif Abubakar. Oye stage play.
Premier.
Enjoy Premier.
Na Spanish Embassy omo yisini.
Ebi the call their mom.
Biasa. Okay. What do you find to? I can say no however. I can say and na bo aja na eko ofase na edo na hwan yo. I'm for say Ghana,
the guy is not happy. That's an anti-climax. Who can't say the banner?
I
feel the baby had the Nakwam 13. Cassia Bakumi and Supreme Court to say, I say North MP no honor. James Kwesi, but I said your phone, Pepper, and I said Robert. Yes, erase at the end and say Robert.
No, erase it.
Jim Rashe, your phone, Panadine. If you Rashe, be your phone crack time cry. I want some any. And now said, dear no, court to say, Ura Kwesi Yantechi, I won't can say. And now say, Uro, Nanim Katemonu, or Chamber, no Hunanim Philly. Nemo Bejana Camudia on say. Na dia no on fine. Some of the doors I wish I didn't can be. Abia
kwame. Something ni dey kra dey and no kra na dey be ga to say abai. Na ni abre papa o kasa ni na ye galamse a essence ase. Na me issue kakra me woni say o hini betimi ama na ni abre ahemfo ne so. E dey ne right betimi aye. Na mum sa o mo tete wa ahemfo yesu bo charge say wo wa no bi dey paper free nkran aba. Issue no say ye address free nkran wan sana ba ahemfo ne ho. Or any betimi akasa me ma obi anfa excavator nsi masase so ba oni pa ne beba no na ayi for minerals commission for paper kita no no de aba na no ne sa no ohene no a wo sa local kroni mu no ene de ode minerals commission for paper aba no wan ahode na bro wan de so
say eno no two ways in twofold so galamsey na kasa na perform
and ebi fra
apart from omo minerals commission
ebi fra
we yo modjuma no
yeah
ebi mo galamsey no in that process yeah community boys and boys from other areas no almost so any number che sankofo na say ade no mo
ayasemo
sankofo no men can say omonkwan dey but omon legal permit league from minerals commission EPA almost galamsey so
because zones are dey am so omonye no omonye ne ho omo say enso na no na
omonye ne ho kran na omonye ne yi omonye say ade no that is why is a galamsey no omonye say ade and akwa galamsey so my point is that yes I have for no the minerals commission paper aba the way aba omonye adwuma na akebaya ka yen suman kofo supervision omo ko monitour se na ebaya wo ohene na oti krobu no asema ba what I say minerals commission ema packer company license but packer company buy no or say ade no
yes
then you have a point now they about no chance won konkoye dia okwa no pa bia obey na de exactly
na me issue ba ko so me won say ade na dane political ya na say kura de samra boy de ya say akontaman ni say de president na kura be yi nipa ni free mu say wate ana so say ya briefing ni say nipa ni nko de
so permit
wate say so permit ntia ubetimi
that's the point I'm making or permit but be oye no or permit but be oye djuma no emwa eni na galamsey and your boys almost galamsey it's a supervision must be key Minerals Commission, EP, Omoma license now. Omontum kofogu krum no monkohwe how the people are mining say no question on you so mo say no then we see but go yes mo mo omkwa no magic aka no so Ghana say there Ghana say there you say be fufu I'm saying there
business analyst you do them okay I'm a fidie and yes I share and I say ADB to deepen collaborations with MUFA,
Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Yes, for agri sector growth. And court gives to
That's right. But I think Justice Chamber was very fair to him and Dra.
I know, or yeah, they own.
Because I don't know, I bind the coin, I bind through the Attorney General.
Attorney General,
the motion is said, Omunjelino. That's the motion we're going to move in court.
Because it's canon.
Because it's canon. One famba and we breach courts in Mra and your contempt. Indeed, we're going to move the motion, say, but pay. No, so April 28. When you are April 28, you know, and you know, court, my whole kind of winching into. It's the judge and I'm a bind of crime. Attorney General, your man of crime because of moving motion. Or so you're not so young, but and I said, what you say? I say, bah, I would say, that's what you say. So the man could face some move motion the pen, observation. 80 missile. Make 2 cases in Ashada. July 4. July 4 no. Bomodinya.
No pesi kanebra.
No pesi kanebra. Because one pesi kanamba. So one pesi kanamba.
And there
of course, when you send the account, it's in the move the motion. Move motion now. Now some YouTube say Njelua. Be jelu. We a fine man. Maybe say Sabeto. It's bomodinya. So I think the judge or the human face, you know, and the assembly and we commend him for that. The bomb pies are 2 million can be.
I would the council that could cry out fool. They make a what I say. So would the cat now you have a year when I can be Srema or so. Munyan and then it's not the baba. Now what? That career calf waffle. But if you now see July,
sorry, so
I was saying,
I say I'm not happy with my chiefs. Atamansi.
I don't know some America.
I don't like here council.
No, American. Wakasa, who say, not the Casa and Washing. Or say, Quania, and soon in Sassy, and fast say what man see a pomono. I know a day. I know a dainty. Or here, what to wow, or say, you must say. That's the
point I'm making to you. So go from the bar. They should go and supervise. Exactly.
Imagine and you might go begin now. Sorry, I move you if I come back or so you come in now. Said we will take a cancer. I said, Krura, Crophobia Michelle Mohapa, won't be baby. Just I wouldn't pay.
Question of Quabne said, you man to me, and also said. What to run into me won't be a kind of walk with you went free.
Sabe,
you know, was it be a macan yen tea? Ye can't hear you were free. They won't know what you did, and not just a way up where I said, what can't a man at a barber ball.
Young Cosso, daily guide. ADBDA, Dika can Hassam. Mama say over 1 billion Ghana cedis. Wow. Then was it students more dynamic? Mampoine. I know, no.
Now, if to know only education minister.
Education. I don't know. I'm not moving. Come on, say be a student about me dynamics here. I'm about more.
Me, I sure say be a
STEM.
Robot dear Ben
STEM.
STEM no. And some one a day robotics.
And robotics in the barrier. STEM na robotics in Abamo.
Oh, US. And I was on one man point and I saw a company or a mouthful. To maybe a one and common
fee.
Supreme Court in the Boga MPD, so I can't answer. IMFD, so I can't answer. Yanta Chidi, so I can't answer. And one of that way. Maybe who be my becana. Yantuaso. All right. Now, my name is Sikanaba.
Oh, Sikana dear. Me dear. It's not like said I'm indifferent. Exactly. I'm indifferent about it because you see, baby, me to say I mean anti-casse. They will ensure prudent financial use of a sikan. Sike ye bompire. Mani put them for buto.
Sikan quarantine na kaso.
Is it?
Eda kaso.
Ubo be chicha kaba. Kana u chicha ne bi ebi kwakwa shit bottom. This is Ghana.
Oh yes.
This is Ghana.
This
is Ghana. Oh, Sikana ba.
Yeah.
Na ko show bottom first tranche 600 million. Yes, your channel ba. ochina nyame adoma na beba no kwa ba you say conditions e ka ho ka enim conditions e ka ho ba wo nda fe na ye hwe exactly afi na ye hwe enim conditions e ba be ka ho in the conditions man of say you have man for 5 years you say 2 years then you say 3 years na Ghana ye koya na say ba
I know the
I'm telling you, obviously it will go into somebody's pocket.
Because
data bank for
exactly one of the far back.
Bank of Ghana
say a bar or commission. And it's data bank and your commission going over 5 billion.
Percentage
exactly. Over 5 billion. And then for Kassan
me ya juma me ni pay.
So sika wunya wo no e che se wo di pay
some dey so
ya kan na rezo wonti na rezo wonti
abin wa ha awushi
abin wa ha na sika na abin no ohene dey so ya ka ho asem and it's official Kwesi no okay and so ya ka ho asem a sex in court over killing of family head. Hey,
kokuna busu apenyi.
Ya na busu apenyi odin sem hunu na boys na ya wa.
Okay, we na ya ka ho asem dada. Na ya che Kwesi dey so say obi ya ne hwe ka bi.
Oh, I think I've already said them upon but opposite Kobe ma.
By election e bit ma ba so.
And this is for you should state it down okay.
And we are the by nra nwumre no.
Say they are ready for a by election.
Yeah.
Even though Supreme Court on any such jurisdiction to declare an MP null and void, say they are MP no. MP Supreme Court in any such jurisdiction because there are cases in the past now. You actually say a high court pay and a bit in your casa in Supreme Court. This is JHMS a case we know Baba Jama case we or Nina and the court a precedent and man of the precedent. Yes, that no more it's even though Omani Supreme Court in a yardine as a normal be. They are ready for a by-election. It's in the new BCBiano. And say court, no. Chokoma Electoral Commission, and then no, or Chokoma Parliament.
Yeah.
Then Parliament to Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission the only one say into Parliament and also court to Chokoma. Or Chokoma we are that is the Speaker of Parliament. Then the Speaker no will now write to Electoral Commission say there is a vacant seat in January by-election.
Yeah.
It's within 60 days, upon receipt of a letter from the parliament, then there will be a by-election.
Wow.
Then training is a by-election. Tuesday. Next week Tuesday.
Weekend.
20th.
Oh, weekend, yeah.
But I say more idea, my dodo.
Hey, how was so, Papa?
What was so?
Anra. Joseph Martin and no MPP house to house. House to house.
I see.
And Doma D Hononya.
I want for.
And now I want to say
this is what support a guest, no.
No,
you have a candidate. You have a candidate.
I'm a candidate.
They have a candidate.
But say
I'm a candidate.
Independent, no. Did say or no better MPP chain and this in
yeah. And this in the last police.
And independent no de kwakudua no. Yes in court. MPP for so copy obia also de kwakudua.
And
no so called independent. They say independent for me no obia de kwakudua.
I no just of pool no. I saw.
Really?
Yes.
Confusion.
Me catch now. I'm same. And they say we independent.
Independent. Omo ye kwakudua. Omo ye form. In fact, say mama friend meeting that Sunday. I'm na project here.
I notice of pool man.
Aye. Say kwakudua. Omo ye for. Independent ni ye mienu. Omo tu ni na ye kwakudua.
Yes.
And the only difference is about kwakudua dav. Ama they send so meeting project here. Kwakudua ni dav. And kwakudua hammer. MPPD no logo no MPPD logo no Yahama and now supposedly edit for support no na dia ne ebubro no dav no aha asana MPP ni NDC was so
what was it
is sana kuma wodi na ye
independent me wene
and that one
almost support kwakudua no
and we na so boso
e be kwakudua the first
kwakudua the second
it's a we no why na ba no money cry yase
no but I don't think this is right too because electoral commission
when
independent there na oye dada no ha and MPP there na wa I'm so freaking o me say
no so ya pe nti omo ni mu ya
o be say
but we see electoral commission such a Omo party no debi asa na ye no.
No. I'm talking about the names. I'm talking about the names.
Sanka obi nfa bibi enya ne bia.
Exactly.
Okay, so we no ma difference bem.
Difference bem by ni no.
Anoma ne ayi de.
Asa ha mo sa so se dey ro. Am say aso, ani aso.
Aso se kuma.
Aso se kuma.
Aso de bi ni bia.
Ah. Hey, asem great.
Politics on. So what is a amanyofone kasa bebrebe a ya nya abotre wate na game no ye koso abonten no yes a na ehu odiefo na na sabre pe na manie Akua Asiedua esom e de Ghana te sen atro so crasas me yenka mu nyina.
Yema ya hwefo nyina chebusuafo de mo ba Ghana te sen ebreso na ene bebe a de ani ekire ye kwaye ne yensase a galamse ani kuayo bone ese no bubu nnua se nsuo ene emfudie ebi ye cash crop a ye nnua timba nom ne nyoma ye koton nye sika ene food crops nso nuane a ye die bode banche bayere ensase nyina ene ye twani nyina tugo ede galamse ena ehye nanan na galamse yeso ba abai ye ma ye ni na ho enye ni yie ena ese obo ade ne ma wode ache yen na nan mayefo aka bebre amanyofo na ka bebre na nso ni pada so a ya so brache ya galamse na yente ho asem a yeguso a enipa eye na Ghana wode bia ya to din Green Ghana Day ya sa day edru wa obi a kodue nnua e wo mantam na wahwe gugu so said ebeya nnua na ye twa ne dodo no ebenya anamusie na Green Ghana Day ye dia emfie be miense na ya besene kro nanso de nipa ne bi kan ne se nnua ne ye dua a ye nhunu semponche ne bawio se nwan na awio se wia na hyi no ye dua nso ye nhunu nnua foforo bia ya ebe hye dada no ede anamu afi Green Ghana sante kotokohene otumfo se tutu otoso mienu akopa ho ntoma ewo Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Great Hall ewo Kumase na wono ne koye special guest ewo ho samte hina kasa bebre medidimu a galamse nkomo nyina eba mu bi ma wo kire mu se ahemfo ya omudifo ewo sa galamse yi ne woni makwan mankrofo de excavator ne no maba ho be tu sika be sensase ene ensuo no ohunu bi sa usa ni pakro no ne wasem papa yankonkohwe sede nkomo ne koso ewo University Great Hall.
The biggest challenge facing the region is the preservation of the environment to ensure that we do not lose these resources which are essential for our survival and sustenance. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware of the challenges that climate change poses to the health of our world, and it is our duty as responsible citizens to take appropriate actions and implement sustainable practices that can help mitigate these problems. The best approach to maintain the environment is to vigorously plant trees to restore the country's degraded landscape and mitigate the global impact of climate change. The Green Ghana initiative is therefore a clarion call and a step in the right direction, which should awaken in us a keen sense of responsibility towards the sustenance of the earth. As citizens, we must all acknowledge the fact that we have in many ways contributed to the threat of climate change, and it is time to make amends and collectively change our attitudes and adopt behaviors that are in tune with sustainable management and preservation of our forest cover. And for this reason, that the residents of the Ashanti region have boldly embraced and supported the Green Ghana initiative with confidence. Your Royal Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to respectively submit to you that the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council has been committed to the cause of greening Ghana and subsequently launched the project dubbed Sustainable Cleaning, Greening and beautification of Ashanti region. The objective of the project is to promote clean, green, and beautiful environment within the region and enhance effective public cleaning and waste collection. Currently, the greening component of the project has started with the planting of trees within the medians of the major highways within the region. These will be nurtured into trees to protect our landscapes. Your Royal Majesty, may I use this opportunity to touch on an area of great concern to me. The rate at which illegal miners and lumberjacks keep destroying the environment and farmlands in the region and the country at large is very alarming. In spite of several efforts to curb this wanton act of deforestation to the barest minimum, this cabal of unpatriotic, self-seeking individuals continue to destroy our trees and the environment. It is disheartening that whilst we are planting trees, these unpatriotic citizens keep depleting majority of our forests and destroy our water bodies. As a region, we will, however, not relent in our efforts to curb this, but continue to fight this menace and protect our lands, farmlands, water bodies, and the whole environment. Your Royal Majesty, the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council and all the 43 assemblies in the region actively participated in the tree planting exercise the previous 2 years, and we are committed to doing even more this year by encouraging our communities to continue to plant trees for the benefit of our dear country. To be able to devote attention and resources to these trees, we have revised our target this year downwards to 10 million trees, and we have chosen as a theme, quote, our forests, our health, end quote, to signify the importance of forests to our nation and our very survival. To achieve our target, we will rely on all of you, our revered chiefs and queen mothers, religious and faith-based organizations, ministers, parliamentarians, judges, public servants, civil servants, doctors, teachers, lawyers, nurses, security personnel, artisans, private sector organizations, civil society organizations, students, members of the diplomatic corps, development partners, and all persons living in Ghana. As is always the case, we have designated for this year's Green Ghana Day degraded forest lands both on and off reserves, watersheds, boundaries, office compounds, and sites within communities, including parks, roadsides, homes, farmsteads, churches, mosques, and schools, as significant areas of planting on the Green Ghana Day. The Forestry Commission will, in due course, provide a detailed schedule of seedlings distribution and pick-up points across the country to ensure easy access to seedlings for planting.
Edition of the Green Ghana was launched by the President himself on the 1st of March 2022 under the team Mobilized for a Greener Future. The target was raised fourfold to 20 million. A committee was set up by the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, and it was chaired by the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources in charge of Lands and Forestry, Honorable Benito Owusubio. The team was supposed to plan, mobilize, coordinate activities and actions required to achieve this Herculean task. I'm happy to confirm that 26 million seedlings were distributed and over 24 million of those seedlings were verified as planted. 1 year after the planting, 72% of the seedlings have been confirmed as doing very well. One unique feature of the 2022 edition of the Green Ghana is that 35% of the seedlings were planted in our forest reserves. As well, a deliberate effort was made to plant more indigenous species. This helped to increase the percentage of economic timber species planted over the 2 years to 75%. The third key attribute of the 2022 edition of the Green Ghana is that institutions and individuals were provided with opportunities to adopt a forest compartment by financing and planting in the compartment so that they can showcase it as their contribution to the environment. Furthermore, a digital platform was developed by the Forestry Commission which enabled us to report seedlings distribution at the district level to the collation center at the headquarters of the Forestry Commission in real time. By midday of the planting day, results were coming in, and within 24 hours, 75% of the results have been received. I doff my hat to the young men and women at the Forestry Commission who developed this platform.
Must be a worry to all of us. Available data suggests that deforestation and forest degradation arising from unsustainable land use for agriculture, illegal mining and illegal logging cost the state some 2.8% of GDP. For a developing country like ours, this is very alarming. If we are to develop and prosper as a nation, we must take all necessary steps to efficiently and effectively. We all have a role to play to safeguard our forests and other resources. As citizens of this country, we are the owners of these resources as dictated by the Constitution, even though it is under the President. And then they issue the mining concessions and everything. But then we are all responsible for that. So we all have to take things seriously. It is therefore our collective duty to see to their protection where necessary and an enhancement. That is why I fully support the Green Ghana Day, which is intended to contribute to the restoration of our lost forest cover and contribute to the fight against climate change to help achieve. I'm going to do that anyway, so everybody will have to do it. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and the Forestry Commission have the Green Ghana Day be held on Friday, June 9, 2023, a few weeks from today. The reality, however, is that our forest resources are under serious threat from a range of environmental challenges, including illegal mining, the headache of Ghana, illegal logging, deforestation, forest degradation, land degradation, climate change, soil erosion and loss of soil fertility, and many others. It is very sad that despite the several measures government has been putting in place to curb this menace, illegal logging and illegal mining continue to pose a threat to our forests. This means that government cannot do it alone. We must all get involved and support government to come to grips with these matters. My chiefs know that I've been speaking about this, and I'm not happy with chiefs in Amansia area where Galamsey has taken over the land, and I say to them that if you sit there and you claim that you don't know what is happening, then you are not fit to be a chief over there. So these are matters that we are going to take it up again. And I don't care whose goals it is, because we have to enforce it. And I have to start with my chiefs first, and then government has to deal with the other ones. We all have to take matters seriously to be able to bring this to a closure, because I cannot accept that. I'm going to take a drive around those areas in the Amansia to Mansum Kwanta area and all those things to see. I've gotten reports about what is happening, and I'm going to do that. And if I finish with that, all the chiefs around that area may have to answer as to why that has happened. I was alarmed to hear during the minister's press briefing a couple of weeks ago that forest reserves in the Bekwai Forest District, including the Oda River, Subin Shelter Belt and Apampram forest reserves are the most difficult reserves to control due to activities of gun-wielding illegal miners and loggers. This cannot continue. I have therefore charged the chiefs in these areas to work with the Forestry Commission and the Ministry to find ways of ridding these forests of the illegal miners and loggers. Each one of us gathered here must make conscious effort to plant trees on that day and nurture them to maturity. So, Honorable Ministers, Nananum, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the protection, preservation and sustainable exploitation of our natural resources, including our forest resources, is a collective responsibility. We can only achieve greater impact if we work collaboratively towards the same goal. This places a responsibility on all of us to prevent the selfish people who put their personal interests above the national interest and wantonly destroy our forests and our other resources. And I say at times when we see pictures of arrest of Galamsey people with pictures, I tell them that these are young boys who cannot buy the caterpillar. They don't benefit from the gold. The people who benefit from the gold, the people who bought the caterpillar are the ones that should be arrested. Those young ones are just wanting a job to do, so they are hired and they're given some day wages. But who is behind, who is getting the gold? Those are the ones that must be arrested. So we have to take note of that, Mr. Minister. Green Ghana Day, June 9, 2023, presents us with another opportunity to show patriotism, exhibit our commitment to the protection of our forest resources, and to demonstrate our resolve to leave our children with a richer and greener Ghana. While planting trees, we must do all we can to protect and preserve the existing ones. On this note, Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure and honor to declare the 2023 edition of the Green Ghana Day slated for Friday, June 9, 2023, under the theme "Our Forests Are Held," duly launched. I call on all citizens of this country, both young and old, to come out in their numbers on June 9th, dig a hole, plant a tree, water it, and make sure it grows to maturity. Thank you, and let's go planting. Thank you.
We krobia sante kotokohini otumfo sei tutu otosumienu ansa na no na soafo a wohwensa sei ne fam agudie so owura Samuel Abujinapo na wabekasa na Forestry Commission panyi owura Alote nso abekasa ene mpanimfo ni binum ansa na sante hene ekasa twa to sanse mpani sese bi pani dware wie a ne nsuasa na sem ye tietietie ese enipa sense ase e wo sempanimfo ti omonihwe na obiara ye bechewa wudi homfo no ye do famra kwan so mrantia na ye cheche omo ne de omo ekom ho ni bre no omo de koy galamse no na omo tu sika na obidia enti se nipa kro no otaye kira ye tu sika no de koma no se nipa no sese omo hwehwe no ye bre ni nti ye de besi ha health and lifestyle ene bra bre so a ye duru PSA ladi e ba beto aso medin de Akua Asiedua Christ asonwe nkam.
For Medindi, Dr. Sammy Joshua, make us have a live long nutrition and diet clinic. Our diet inquiry, Mr. And using food supplements, if India, Abba. And when you know, say asthma, say bronchitis, say arthritis, whatever. But it's a pile of kidneys. From stage 1 to stage 5, meaning for dying. What a dialysis swap, machine and say areno. Mr. Banity Chelsea, the way, anyway, the more food supplements, no, if I thought more, now they do cry. Be any kid problem also, India. It didn't be about Hanum, so Bahanum, diet in cold 1 day, diet. It's so that's in a mawa, no more food supplements, no more book, and no more also the way, anyway, that is all I see to amount. You will come say, I am Sabosium, and I'm on 0244 715 888. 0244 715 888. Kai, if I had the kidney dietitians, that was
Mama
Mama Africa Enterprise akofa ne mahodo de aba edwa so GTP Enstroma President Holland Wax adult diaper Avon perfume or the sequence lace aftershave face scrub hand cream men shampoo ladies wear adult diaper Avon perfume Bettina Batty Germany vanilla shower gel body lotion Ubeho Mama Africa our Bantama Ejom store number 129/130 Obengoi filling station no the numbers in the edwa go no frɛ no Asafu VIP station bridge na se wa Mama Africa Enterprise ewo ho enema bia wo pe bia de made ye ho de ene mema nuoma ebi ewo ho entoma wo ho GTP Enstroma ewo ho President Holland Wax enema de ye ho edi ko dwa so edi ko dwom edi ko abadwa ase edi ko nipam aponto ene bibia.
Hello, Mama. Bibi, come on here.
Debio, me hon shadam for me.
We a procure, a 2.1 pa, Kojak for a year, who been ye bro trust to be able.
Me patrol pro code.
Oh, Ebony.
Debio, when ye pro code.
Where's your come up? Sorry, come.
Debi me pe pro code PROCOLD. I free Kojak KOJACH.
Kojak for the Ebony.
Enuni, me das. So woko drugstore bia, so woko pe pro code atwa. She ana wanye brand for biantum.
Robot Syrup and for a woman before we need premium air core in us. You will need it to our enemies.
Sankra tui, FD Fuajiatum say, come up.
Hey, that day, a dear son, devil say, that day. Hey, not some coming baby more. Bro, I know you're
sister. Me say, why we need to answer me Juma say. Ubeje say the Antonto family dan yaboso.
Entontom da so wi wo krom ha. Wa bra kanye electrical mosquito repellent. Abusu wo krom ha. Apamu krom ha ntontom nya wo dem no mabego.
Kanye den
electrical mosquito repellent.
Sa,
me say wonya plug wo dem say kim. Aboa bia ntimi nwura ho. Obetimi adama ho ato. Aduro no wo to eba ho ban no. Obetimi asa akotu abeton. Asenya sika gu botom na de ajoyere no ma.
Neche se metimi de buba ba akwa kum no ma bi.
Be kum no ma be 30. Kan wo ko adum. Wo ko aso hwehwe adum ba. Oyerepa FM ho na no. Busa adum ba. Yen ko na me kopa number no ma. Pa ni dudu atu a. Wo be ko adum ba a ewo kumase. Oyerepa FM. Fra number egu ase ne tumika kotobiton.
This advert is FDA approved.
Health and lifestyle near the Abraham. Mamu nyina chen. Me di e di PAC ladi anopay yene ops and gynae specialist afesho nado primus inter paris Dr. Abna Yosen ena ebedi enkomo ena anopay yese physical changes during pregnancy enoma yehunu a ekoso ewo opemfo emu ana obi a onyem enoma sesa ewo ne ho ana noma ben ene ba ne ho ema yehu se obey nyinse na akofa saade no aba anopay Mama Africa Enterprise ne cry mu na the kidney dietitian omu cry mu ene anopay. Doctor, good morning. Yeah, feel. Oh yes. Yes. Doc, oba nyemu a no krasa na no yekese ana baby am different there.
Ewa na ojinamo ne hune kwa so yekese
ne hune so yekese eh sasa me hu minim se e true me ne said there was studio ama
sanity.
Okay, enti oba anyima esesan ben ne koso nipadua mu
da se pc me share tifo nyina ana yete ne sense san bebre koso nenso akwakoye se de ye de ni hu na meka ho asem wo ba ye side de ye mfe ye ni hu a doctor betimi afie hu se koso ne de bebrebe
spiritual and physical emotional change
ebu asa moja dodo ne woni mo no dodo ne kwa ebedo so so our blood volume ne increase by about 30%.
Wow.
But no enya ade obi na mo be hu ni obi hu ono ho e bi onte ase ne ne be ka ho asem enti ensesan bi ni se moja ne de afusan no etimi since the blood flow is increased content bebre say na be supply akoda na onyini no nti ne hwene bon se oba na hwene na ayekese eye moja na enam mu no na adoso wow so ho edoso sa na ama ne hwene no mu ayedududu eno wo ho ena no ankasa no ne body no so ye nipa kokwa a odum timehe ohe wahye no ye tuntum so no te se menso no eno wo ye tum kura se bidie eno so ye normal te obi ho no ma wonim wa wo wie no ohia wonim se wasra ena ma no bi nso so wo ye tuntum se wo wie aye ne se wasra asane kala naba nyina ekọ so wo sha me the picture bit so okay oba bi ase na ne ase ha ye tuntum friend melasma anase cloasma skin change you say ha no melasma na cloasma na dia to ho mpacho wan we ye hwene na ye kese hwe oba ye oti hoi na say na no nso aye dudu wo man na dey on picture satoto won ye so ye use bie so nko no oja won me wasesa kora ni nyina ye changes a ni na ye dududu ni na ye blood flow na de sa de ne ba anti tuntum no wo ho e na honam ani na nkasa no nsoso no ye funu no bon se bibia be san so tum ye fe ne linear nigra bibia be san ye funu no so tum e frifruma no e de kofom enti wo nyine we ye striae gravidarum we ye stretch marks gravidarum stretch marks na ba ye ne betimi akoye chi pictures na enti eno ye stretch mark na e ba no se efru ne ye kese no skin no expand 10 marks ne ba marks ne e ba ekọ but enko kra e be kọ no kra bi afi ko na be hu se swati bani padodo na ebika nti be hwene ko for the rules restaurant ande eno nso eno no ena ye ba ko bi ba na nka meka ho ase na picture ne face nti na hwehwe ye be san roll over na meka linear nigra na my picture linear nigra black mark bi e sha ase free funuma ne so there be sha ase free form na e fro so wo ho waya ase ho no na asatea na e bantinyin se ne ko nanim na na efro na atre fruma no na e ba besi wo bo ano ha line black line and pa show picture no we bit media to ho amia ene e fe linear nigra eno so wo wi a ekọ edi bre but ebekọ nti no yes skin changes ni bia okay ena ye wo hemorrhoids and the friend piles hemorrhoids no hemorrhoids and the friend piles eno so ye Koko no ye pals na. Se koko no de obi bo ne minim kura si koko. Ti ye de ma de friend koko. Nti esisi oto. Ne atia ne se ye hormones ni bi. Ene ma enti na moja na mu no. Emu ye mre. Enti no senka ayese ne waku balloon na ye peche no. Ti we ntini na ehu saa moja moja gine mu saa. Nti go se bi oja ne nan na moja ba no so ye normal. And changes ni bin so ne say obitimi nya constipation no nye honam de but owo hwa untimi nja ne nan eno so ye hormones na yesa e fe ma you know ensono no eja ne ho kind of relaxed sa progesterone relaxing relaxed enti no se ne yesa nka peristalsis no aduane no kind of movie wo no so no chim no agyae na sa entimi nko ne tentem sa anti won se oya osmenya constipation and also your changes ni bia eba mi hunan bi bai enan no as a line so ho entisensa ho and your friend varicose veins ne so no hormonal changes na bia hormone se meka se ma ntini no mu ya relax bi bon se na moja na ginem to be hwe na sane na ho se eno nso so no ha adwene wo ha na emu ye ne ya enyin sentime de ba wo e wo ne ho ba nyin sen mama na ye west obu nso ebi ne ho onyin sen a etime ba te no so we ye ne hu na bonten ebi nso wo inside a eno so varicose veins na bia ene ba easy ba na do ko mo tintaso no bo wa ba hu no no kura flax picture ba ko bi ba say no for no nsansan bi wo ho no ayenkan no eno nso so ye eno so ye ye fe Montgomery tubercles but obanyin sen da sa de onibi Montgomery eyekro Montgomery tubercles nti wonyin abon se ahya ase ebetuetua ho nufo na ankasa nso emu yedu enti kane na ka abo cap A a ento so wo medu no na abo cap C so wetimi a move two sizes bigger sa na ya na ye ha ebe ya kese se na ebe ya ubenya nufusuo on se you part na ese produce nufusuo no ebi nyini ka ho akese bebre na nufusuo na timi aba enti no so ye ade ba akwa esesa ewo ba na ho
minimum bi a after pregnancy wo wie no na wo slim enso wanya ne bust aye kese amanaka ho
enema ne bi eka so wo breastfeed a kopem so obetwa nufuo no ya na nufuo no ya kese utwa eba form na esam atiegu aha na ne etie ne se enam se sa sesan ne be mu de friend lobes ni lobes ni nyina bi nyinyini ka ho ya kese ni nti wa manufuo kra ebetiegu so ase kwa akodu ba bia ese science san na asante egu nti wonyinsen ekodu ba bia akoda na nyini nko ade a nufuo no ebetiegu
nti breastfeed o
one breastfeed pouch ebetiegu nti breastfeed na aba nya ho mfaso
dog se bia anu kese na ehune kese na obetumi atwere duro bia mama
me be no na wo ka a weight gain ha nyinsen ankasa wonyemu a wanya weight kura na say 7 kilos kopim 13 kilos aha it's 7 to 13 kilos dia ebi kura bro obitumi ko 20-25 kilos weight gain eba na ankasa mudro ne ka ho ena placenta na wachi ade ne mudro ka ho ena moja na meka se ne dodo ne be ka ho no 30% ne ka ho ensu ejina nyinsen ne ho
nso ka ho
sa eba ne ho ka ho so ehun sa ne man ena wan kasa no so na msenti ni mu aye mre na moja ne ne afu sa na wode be be da no so no e press bonife ne great vessels aha ye na nti kese na edi yimoja afi wo na ase aba akoma no mu no yinsen no ama awode ne eda so nti moja ne afu sa na kese nti na wo na ase atatan aha nti sa de na eba mu ne nti ne de ba ne se ema wo na ase no aye dududu wa hu ne metre na ha moja no eni afu sa ne ententem eno ye one of the things so etimi ekoso ni nyina free sa hormonal changes no
aha wo ka ona setatai no mi wo group bi manko ane wo omo dodo na de beto wo se omo enyinsen a no omo nan no size no what size asesa
ebi wo ko wo kura san ko back
na ne nan tab na
anti 9 tab no na ayekese ni nyina aye tatai na nya tatai no bu ha ohun ono amfa na ni hu no ba ne 9 do be hunu se size na sesa aha na size no bu ho no mu a ensan so nko back dodo na akọ back owu wi a but ensan ko back ti sa fluid retention e wo 9 mu nyina so ka ho bi na unya weight gain no so be hu obi na onyema na ne so ate
no ai kete
first 3 months na ne first trimester ne de enyenwa efie no ebetimi ama ne so ate enso yo nipa bi o ha wo ya ne dan a owu wi na be hu nipa ban a oye yinsen mo fon ye tantantan eya nke empenesa o se yesa ma abofra ni ntumi nyini so eya nwanwa wo be fon so wo bato ho akakraka nte no na I say boni fe ni misnoma enya de a ye expect so mbe ye du nti wonyem na wo ye kese so ma ne hawa koma obu ana dwen so e be ye kese na enko so hwa wo so ye be ko owo na breastfeeding no one fair ni agro da bia 6 months no ye exclusive na sa kese ye no fat na ebe ka ho no ho eno nso so ebe ta ho boa for breastfeeding so mom nyimo ye kese pa bebre sunya breast milk pa it is a wo breastfeed a na sa fat no wo ben ne off nti breastfeeding so boa e ma wo so etimeti
doc me hu obi nso anwewie ase nanim sei no anwewie na agugu nanim asansansan bi
sansa ahodo bebre enwewie ne ka ho pimples ka ho ni nyina etimi ba ho na mo a wo ho ade bia na se na ma mi de na agugu ne ho de nam ho ni nyina anyinsa ne titiriu pa kakakra bia mo wa wo latter part no mo se bia toto ne kon ho se jam ne akese sa eno nso so ya de etimi si na ne efe ho se oba anyima ne timi fu bebre enwi ne ba bebre enye utinwi nko a ba bia enwi obi etimi ba bebre wo wi a na afa ya sha asese san tete ni na ye changes na because
wow na doc dia na ma bi so tintesuo sa
ntasuo die no enti hormones na dodo na ase ya na o manum o mo wo hwa na ntasuo no abegina ho tylism part of pregnancy tylism anya obia no otintasuo ena omo feeling so word ne omo so omo wo hwa ade bi wo hokra ote ne center na ne bofuno no esese ofi first 3 months no intitru obu wo hwa ade bi wan ko pepa ontimi me nyese ne konkra na no eben na obefi ana say ompese obete sa cent ne kwante bi kwa ntimi nua aduane wo fie enti ono oyerete na onyem na oso ntimi nua aduane asusu ma na nya wasem a ese nwanwa se ese oya amana bro so wo wura kitchen ho na obefi tini nyina ye hormones no ena de sa ansesan ne ba se bi fufuro nyini wo mu tini a de beba no eno no ema bi nso nyima wo mo mfe wo mo ntintasuo hwe nya won susu wo ho wo ho so oden bibi anya omo obi nso nyimu a obetimi ada form free da obenyem kopem so obewo aduane bi aka na no ana ofe edne ba hospital na edne kofie ni e ma ne nro se ne ebe ya ebetimi aboa na ma watimi ekipe ne ho kakra eno so eye ade a ewo ho etimi eba
ena na obi question a wode eba ye se onyem 2 months na ni kunu no eba na aduane ni ho se de wo kan ya na ne buofo na ni kunu se ne maame kra owudu ni kunu no maame wudu ono ana je ne ho awo okwa afuom wono aduane ohwe wo mu neti die nti na ne yire no ebe kasa ne yire no wontimi a wonko nti no se ne nyinsen no kra no o pefuto se ne obeyi nyinsen no waja aware no so hu so be ma no so ohu so obre be ma no so ani mo bia so a wode ma no so oba pemfo oba so ano san ebe ha na ofie
pc obi kwa so nti ase se na dan for yire ko ono achemu ye ono nyiri trimu ye ne denti ene aye na operation obi kwa na oba na obiem tini ye na operation but onti ase you it is ade no de ya na ya arehosem nyina bia ne se ye nkyerechire enye oba na kire no ho obi o ha oye ne ho hwe a ontumi ena de o ma me fe mu no o ma mo ne rede enku na bosu nku ena nipa ebo nipa ne nchen so nyina aka ho wo kan wo so a 10 o ne first born na bia obi ne maame wo ho so ne mu ni nyina ya mmoa edeba wo so na oyire nku anete to da kura na wo peja ho kwaje so obi so mu onye obi a nte be ye den amane so obetimi aye ne mane nyina nte ya abotre ya na ye hwe ni mu se 3 months ni twemu dia first 3 months ni twemu dia sa sisaye no mre oye ne efie ne ade ne nipa dodo na efa nse be se ohanche mu be se adue wotwe de ekọ ema omutimi sori ebo omo ho so ye omo niam bebre maako ena ade ba ko so wo nse titiri so ba anyim da na ya setime ye ne ya onyim da no onyim fufura fi be 8 weeks ko mo se our house na ya se ye ne ya kakra efem bi round ligament pain bibi ahoma na ekura wodi enum na fe na emu sane a pagant na ya se betimi aye ne ya te bi kura akọ ne ho no bi o ma akwa ma akọ ne ho na no so akọ ya asem enwanwa se wutimi kura ehwe obi a enam se nyinsen se ye nti wachiche na wodi ano nipa ye pese se ye hunu se wutimi ne da na wutimi ne na eno ni hia won pa so ho enti no abotre hia enti ase hia nye be time bia na obetimi ne nipa na hiem nipa onim se ne no wote ena nsesan bia aba ena ne enwanwa nso se nipa ne wo wie so asan ne bi wo ho no mu a ebe ye permanent
ntimi nko na chi ehwini ni ano no na hia
eno de ekọ
ye de Yesu Kristo
edibre ekọ melasma no ne emeka se ebugu animu no bebre ekọ ebika stretch marks no ebikọ enko complete ebika ona na tata na ebekọ base na kan on pabua size ebi betimi asesa na de ha adwen kwa emotional changes no yin se na nkasa no a bit difficult obewu be wie no etni titiri se nipa no wanya mmoa otimi ko into depression na say waye basa waye sinsin ne be esu ko onfa no so ho ya na ye na wo kire ho na sorry e na won keka ho kakra bibi sa fa ne bra hospital was ye nyina obi a no fanyin sen a wo boko obi o kwa ne fie sebi adwemu ha kakra wo ho yare kakra wo ho owo a enro na afiri ne ho no hormones na eso ate preko pe no etim ma ne be yetem no osi ho aduane no obedi an nsa dedem ne ba ontimi nhwe ne obi kwa abada ne na so no asori onim se ne bada ne na so na ba na hwe ho sa obi sitim be keka nti sa ne ma ne nyina wo ho a e ma ne nyo nwanwa na fa ne pa ne ko hospital na onya mmoa ni manimu ya se ne be ya obetimi nya ayaresa nyina so ho
Yes, Dr. Abnakunadu Yosin and a church here no. No, the kidney dietitian or says open so where we did DMU yipa. Now they were the SIRA, not what freno. 0244 715 888 0244 715 888 o freno obejo so Dr. Sammy Joshua any 0244 715 888 freno na enoma ebeko ye amao sanso ena Mama Africa Enterprise Mama Africa enoma papa me pacho facility edwabo occasion baby kama obi abeka se wo na wo ba no na wa yuti kama ututu tatai ekente ntuma papa bi Mama Africa Enterprise banti medwom 0243255806 0243255806 ena 0246841021 Doctor, yeko ye brain wasong.
Ntimbese me kamu obi ate asese nyinsen mu nsisaye na eba no enye yare 3 months na edikan ebi ana huni ahoto eso ebre kwana no ho beye uyi nti nipa kakra bi na bon to ho nti mane nkoye se me de menyam nti no me nkoye adwuma menye we ebe wi asen se wo ye hairdresser wadwuma no na wasey no what ya senti edu bra 3 months ni twema bon ho so na kwa wadwuma
na meka no partners no so
support wo mo to ho akwaya se
obo na yeye kase a o se o na o ye tiatia no ayi
no de ya asem pressure na fe koye ko gym koye ho anwan eye den ya se nipa no won ho e kura wunyini du age bia umudro ne beba sanya be ma no so ne mbe du na tie certain age beba ntia ya se etimi tolerate e de obi bia ase ne ye kan se wo hwen ya wo South Junction Trustcare Specialist Hospital na oba ye betimi aboa ye hwe nkoda hwe mpanifo ye hwe nyinse ye hwe awo ye hwe obi o yare bia ye number na 020 818 10 56 020 818 10 56 edo bibia aseso ohwe
meso meda asesa wo ba ye ma Letitia Fosua abuakwa DA onyankopon ehra Philip baby obi anyankopon hwe so midin edi PACA la the change over me move over Kwesi Parker Wilson will take it over or the more cross over OBT agenda in a desire the more share and or the eba and can't adios ebesensia.
For a quiet back one, Ubetimia Faso and Yanina so bill, a brato yenchem atowo, a sell by insurance. She abosumi and sa a dekai wa 2023 afimono, a dashia mako in Pimiano a ha edio son 2,177 and a total mea ho doa, a facasia noir, a ja akasia ho dumo and wom ho kind. Yensha nansa ya match bosumen and a neto so a dunomiansa, Kajetia Jacasiemo, a ja a toho. Show how near beni die ne ahokyera akofa ba enkrofo so hwe insurance nkuto eni si echi ba papa obetimi de wo ho atoso na mmumu no National Insurance Commission awoye insurance mu nyina ti brekese ede ntoma kobo German Development Corporation de anno GIZ eni insurance nyumaku awodo asese wo mu na ebetu anamon aba mo nchen ene mo abetwetwe nkomo fa wo how bia mo wo efa insurance ho ehya se afri May bosumi wo me de toso miensa na akwawiye May bosumi de toso dumiensa afia no na yene mo abetwetwe nkomo afo how bia mo famu ewo insurance eho na saa hyiamu yi mpomponso no ya hyeda aye adwadie mu enkyerɛkyerɛ ene ɔhaw nketenkete a ɛtete mu ɛwɔ mo adwadie mu nyinaa ɛno no bɛhyɛ ase afiri May bosomi da to so aduonu mienu ato mu akosi ne da to so aduonu num ɛwɔ afiyie mu wɔ Kumase na yewie Kumase fɔdeɛ no May bosomi da to so aduonu nkono ɛto mu abesi June bosomi da to so emienu yɛde ani akyerɛ Tachiman ɛna afe sunwanfo mo nso so mo nyamokyɛfa ɛwɔ hɔ insurance yumeku ahodo a wodi dwumadie mu akotene ɛyɛ Prudential Life, Unique Insurance, Enterprise Insurance, Sanlam, Ayo Ghana, Glyco General, Holland Insurance, any Activa Insurance. Insurance nkwane ekwan baako a obefa so atimi agine bio ebra atoyenchem ato dachi. Entimi srew tutumrika ne koye insurance se sia.
Welcome back. Oyerepa TV. Baby, OBT agenda. That's Oyerepa breakfast time agenda. Big thank you to Akua Asiedua and a PCA lad for the health and lifestyle segment and Ghana to say. On the agenda this morning, we see for NPP presidential race. A kosopa gidi. You know, Kasenipa Baye. I think about 10. And we human so to Frank Adema NPP among your corner going forward into 2024 election. But in every elections, therefore they were front run election in 2024. Of course, breaking the 8, that is the mantra of the NPP. The Kakwasem and sign the former minister responsible for tourism, creative arts and industry. Didn't do so to do. Therefore, make a madam. The one and only Catherine Ablema Afeku, and then one day I'm a guest. Oh, I come out of pay.
Major so.
Nah, we have a code here.
Nyamia Dom Kwesi.
Election next week. It is this year alone, 2023 alone. No, I'm saying Kwakunya by-election mean. You know, this year Tuesday there's a by-election. And then NDC Friday Sususia just said there'll be a by-election. Now quickly. It was for my mom can say, why won't you mean the went to me and your boy? Oh, Mr. Lesvite syrup. Lesvite syrup, no, a boy, a madi. It be also condemned and patch so no Lesvite syrup, Pibia, a more condemned, vitamins, minerals, yaman penny for a yaman cra. Now, one no so not a boosted immune system. It was for Lesvite syrup if you fidel pharmacy hop from another pay on 0243. 193 475 0243 193 475 and our 0545 783011 0545 783011 and our 0548 259 292 0548 259 292. In Ashanti region, Oba Kumase Edia, Oko Dani Farmer, Obenye Bureau, Ewashtown, Ozone's chemist. At the Shaman, a Western Pharmacy, or Sofoline, Jupor Pharmacy, or Stadium, or maybe our Melden Pharmacy, and no Ewinem. Now, Munchan to say, let's fight syrup on FDA. I don't say, I approve it. Come on. It's Bonibia in home. Let me quickly come to my guest in the studio. Honorable. Kumasi die, like you said, you know, the Kumasi dada. Now, I'm quite surprised. But to say, whoa, Bobia Samamo in our more system, na then don't do Kumasi.
Kwesi Paka Wilson. I no pay say a mamre so. Yaba Asante Memo de Osi Chia, Otikokoso.
Yura.
Yura, a crura, Amaye, Aquina, Yaba Nasasi.
Right.
And a party, new patriotic party, for the regional executives. All the constituency, 47 constituency executives, and the numerous polling station executives, coordinators, a siahine for a chrono, a MPP, ne fare bang, a Asante Memono, a chiamunina, a chiawa shofwunina, including the NDC fraternity. na ye baha amane ne nantese eye brebreo ade atoye ni ewo asantememu eye kumawu nti party ni nyina dem said apemu madaroma you will accommodate us ye be wo mompeso aso ye nyina ye ni ekire kumawu ekwayi kese akwakohwe ye nua bema Madam Fupa, Honorable Philip Pekasa, very gentle, and cra na yedi Jumakesia, etanichi, ashen and minyam, and nam sini, the elections, the rounds, and just to rally around the good people of Kumau. It's so as is the culture and the tradition. Yenina ye woku no no ye mabusia no kosekose ne yakono na ye didwumadi so a ese ni se by law akonya ne da ho eche bebre nti isi ahye emra ama ye da ti nyina ye kota abusiafo ama wo mo apɛ ne krabia ne de dwumadi no so ataso nti yenya ba the greater Ashanti region I will say ye ton ye ho kakra ye ton ade a ye ton na ye bonka ye they are districted Kesia Edayanim to my Ashanti region.
I see it's a year no and the by-election now. MPP Kukudam.
That is one of the main reasons. But the top one right behind the mission to also remind and pray to the delegates, the true endorsers of a flag bearer. To say, ya wakansi kese da yenim. Enti si yaba krumu idieja. Bende minyadi I will use this opportunity to also sell the message, the key messages of Chief Alan.
Joe Chairmanton. Edru so. Okay.
Ayenim free titi.
Ayenim free titi. It was for all of work about by-election, but of course, Senamekano. And this is for almost some are ready for a by-election. It's honorable. Just give me just 5 minutes. I mean, can we versus here? Or for some our line or so. Or a synod constituency hall. We want to understand, gauge the mood our constituency hall, and draw a Supreme Court at the bar say James Jachi Kwesi from today. And this Oko Parliament. In fact, Parliament through the Speaker of Parliament, that is Alban Sumana Kingsford Babi. Also instructed the clerk of parliament not to demo if you parliament books in the moon. If I will come website and the picture I saw home, you're sure say by now there. Also we per the Supreme Court directive. But I'm officer, good morning. Nah, you know today. Fantastic. I was still not constituency, I believe. What is happening there? I'm not quite
I know quite any that, and I bring them to Kwana Pumana, Union today. I honorable member of my Aston North, honorable James, the classification. What is in the king there? On your embraceable green book now, including Catera, or said there, or your embraceable green book, when you mean anything. I wonder, or you put TV to you, and the Pemo, moving in answer. They can make my videos be there. She miss my Obia, send me them now. Obia, Shapado, Obia, in fact, the call and this the one I catch the Koshaya, Pasta, and this MPP show, Pasta, I think not this time you can say. In fact, I shock and I want to. I wanna share my info over with him also. Why? I mean, you go from there. The baby Casaya more kind in fact, one why you for Papa award Dama a summer court as I've been in black candy where she can it's in a Patoyara no was my band there abandoned them now what a tuna bomiera or more in the MP that's a bribium that's the one sana the one son you see Mina Packet say after not today I the
MP the Ozone because court Akasa. It's an ultimate call parliament, but extra party, right ready for by-election now because MDC for issue statement there. Papa no as I'm not trying to be right ready for a by-election. Any constituency being focused, Abasan okay.
In fact, me engage the constituency executives of the NDC. Some of them watch one. But most of my one cut a word biara.
Okay.
So watch my national or catcher region, but region so over catcher constituency. The new say for party chairman to even the communicators are down. We biara say one kasa. And so no, yeah, ma obesina. Mo kwa the other side sir, I MP platform za. I don't know why the vote to forward to Queen. Ija wall of what. That's around Chediara, we use them there. By September, look at it. What else wako now wako push to a by election. It's only in some sort of.
It's largely by extension, no. One I would say Chrome one constituency one is they are not happy with the cost decision. In
fact, a majority of them are saying that upon in one in the year, and all of form another in a quarter or disqualifying. When disqualifying, my working white posted, what book a white campaign area, import what election my wearing, what kind of dream here. No man, will kind of the naturally. Upon the Casa, we want to my maybe one fat and break a Kawak name, one farmer, no only MP. Now we are boy to assembly catcher we go a catcher.
Now by election, the Eshan Kwafono Obepede James Jachi Kwesi Obejina DM as NDC candidate now.
Honestly, in the recent election where PC election where NDC went to one to Aban, but I no option. Them are ruling and also I was saying this by election maybe I'm sure that James Yala, I honorable Yala, and over sign out, but this is and brother the Zamandel, over two, which you know, enjoy them the whole population there. Nipokuyan over Sasso, what's an abba now, Opibian put no contest over on the post.
I see. Over some member was another pay. I see say the video no at the Berno. Why already? If my producers between my boy. We should quickly just hear some of the people or Makasai at Asen North constituency. You can hear some of them.
Us in Asen North constituency, it has come as a shock because we never anticipated this ruling. In fact, Honorable Jachi Kwesi has been a pillar in Asen North constituency, especially when it comes to Asen Blue. Looking at the things that he has done for the things that he has done for his constituents. I mean, putting people into apprenticeship. I mean, a whole lot. I think even when this whole court issue started in 2021, for the first time in Aseno, it took this member of parliament to donate about 100,000 bulbs to the constituency. So today, when you come to Aseno constituency, there is nowhere in Aseno that is having, I mean, light issues.
Because from Zubia no papa no I am say more parliament na enyi nfro na engoto aba ene ase no ofre de aba na de ento so mama papa na nkasa anye na dwuma de ase no ofre abeda mpan sa ento aba no prasem na empuntu de ase wa oba wa hwekuri mu bebiri emenante ne maba wa yebu apasa asa papa enzo she ebo bebiri zenko oba eduma ebenya biaye ene kwan ene nam so nyina anye nyina ka ndi bible.
We in Asen North welcome this decision, especially the new Patriotic Party. It's refreshing that finally we are bringing finality to this case, and we hope that our friends in the MPP also share the same view. So we welcome the decision from the Supreme Court. We in the MPP held the view that indeed Mr. Jachi Kwesi was not qualified as at the time of filing his nomination. So it does not come as a surprise to us that we had this ruling early this morning from the Supreme Court. We hope this ruling will bring finality to the case, and then we go ahead, or the people of Arsenal will have the opportunity to have.
For it's Omwa Oti Omonken, Omomote Arsenal constituency. Ebi say near court na kano sabi entwaye But the NPP side, they say, hey, it's a welcoming decision. They're very refreshing. Because Papa not unqualified. So I say, well, yeah, member of parliament for the area. It's, that is the information. You hear anymore. Say speaker, electoral commission, electoral commission. I can say I'm part that way, and I say this month by election. Me just me we come would and I feel my share. No matter Arsenal constituency there na count. Once again, thank you very much for your time this morning. Honorable, as a former member of parliament, one me to that question on for one me to parliament today. But me just we need the assembly. Any comments? You say MPP for Sebi, but the coach kwan so say yes, you pay for parliament. Sanity.
Kwesi, NCC we jumaye. Emra, I am rapon ye di ebu o man Ghana. Are very clear. Enje biao boko adamu sakande. Nyame fa ne currency. The exact same thing he had British citizenship.
Yeah, UK.
Emra no are clear. Article 94, clause 2A, subclause A. You cannot owe allegiance to another country. Actually saying, untumi nye Ghanani, na untumi nkoye Bukinani, untumi nye Ghanani, na untumi nye Americani, untumi nye Ghanani, na untumi nye Canadian. That's dual citizenship. Ye mrano, emma kwine. So ubenya sa dual nationality na waba emrapon ifie. Very simple. We nya say uba busia we any time and as a process na say. He
process na say. There are evidence to show say
the
process na say.
Kwesi, the law does not state, any clause does not state say it is clear. One cannot owe allegiance to any other country
at the time of filing. At the time of filing.
I use myself as an example. I had US citizenship.
Okay.
May 2008. Me they call America embassy say ye mra pono. It's say ye wo buo ema o my Ghana no. Wuntumi emu mra no so ntia the book no call ye me anam the call ye. Ubisa parliamentary friend I have had to date. Obi Amwa.
Okay.
He is my witness. Me the call ye. Any ma will let us if he no call. When you
American, we are Ghanaian.
And some cover form. No, I went through harrowing experience. Jaji put this on what him and what the law is clear. MPP back in 2008 no. What the compounds work primaries.
I see.
Yes. I had a colleague in the central region or they call it no Lusu primary. He was stuck with 4 kids and a wife in America on to minko. Until Nansemu na ye diaspora returnees, ye church say at least manipanim ponko primaries. So ko primaries nas a year, then immediately you have to take it. But before in 2008, myself, so if you don't have the courage and if you don't have the temerity to stand when you're ready, you don't joke with these things. Into question on fanisa. Nyame na adom numpa cheza onupo de wajeje kakra wajipe make our boy the by election but it is a clear violation of the law, so we cannot get sentimental about it. Mra so wo ko shemra na wo bu mra so a you've already tainted your
John Mahama say oba obesisa sambra no what me ade just a quick one say
me support say Nigeria, all the countries around us, dual nationals can serve the country.
So
I'm a number one advocate to say
it's in John Mahama can what supporting John Mahama.
Me supporting John Mahama. Yeah, can't yache. Yeah, Ropal is passed.
Okay.
Dual citizens can vote. So if we can vote, then we can be voted for. Okay. Clause in the Article 94 no and to say amendment. No and you no dey ba say mampeni dada and you no initiative. MPP diaspora ye kan won e ba be ye ropa answer eba be ye mra. Right now we have it on our books.
Yeah.
It is a law that if the EC has the wherewithal, you to me to aba ewa amanone clause aka womnu, the constitution bars it until say be amend Article 94 clause 2 subclause A. You cannot put it as part of the law. Into ye no fiwa esebe metie me kachi me enzimani ya hu me wabruchire economic activity na lokopie ho me mama wo ye Ghana for but they have a citizenship of another country. It does not erode their love and patriotism for Ghana. So I'm very passionate about dual nationals.
Okay.
Nigeria, obi ya won wo UK. Etumiba ebe serve in the parliament of Nigeria. Why not Ghana? We're losing out on a lot of talent and support. But Emra. Until this is changed, we have to abide, we have to follow, and we have to respect the supreme law of the land, which is the constitution. Adamu Sakande end is for the Ayamra and you. Adamu was also in parliament. I sat with him for 2 years.
Boku Central.
And Sana. Nto onu put the prison.
Yeah, prison.
And masabe. Okay. It was the whole shame, the whole pain, and the whole national embarrassment affecting me. Abeman was a gentle soul. Okay, Rebecca said this for Nekoyino. Ayamra and you Tijachino. Why lucky Christ the Supreme Court or man can say he has to be imprisoned for false pretense and lying to the state. Yes. It's a very lenient judgment. Okay. Now you by election. Because this gentleman has clearly lied to the entire nation.
I don't mean Kobe.
But just say yeah, campaign is an nipano was so a Kobe. I mean, he's tainted.
Okay.
So we need to present a formidable candidate. Say until say you Samra we know why you're not doing so obesum. What's not Canada 40 years or now Waba as a full-fledged Ghanaian who meets the eligibility list in Article 94.
It's in the credibility the only credibility.
And it's for us to show Boneso.
And it's what the Nebanese almost saw Boneso.
And it's somebody in the back. And this somebody
what clan where you know say we're 4 Ghanaian.
But you could do Supreme Court. Just say our learned men and women at the helm. So it is a clear violation of the constitution. If you violate the law, you cannot be there making laws. What makes you believe that this gentleman will be as you see, you're emotional about these things, you see it very clear. But you can also resign. No fimra say because you have lied to the nation. You have violated an article in the constitution. When you are sworn in as a member of parliament, you swear an oath to defend this constitution.
I see.
In other nations, this gentleman should just quit politics because forever. So you can't come and say, we can't joke like that as a country. The constitution is supreme. That's all.
I see.
And we will fight to remove Article 94.
Okay.
Because we need the diaspora talent to come.
Participate in politics. Of course.
And those who were even born 400 years ago, ancestry, yes, na Ghana ni on wefi akosua when you need na oba when you book just so that they could get federal jobs and big jobs, we see Debbie. So there is an
provision in the constitution say
must go.
Yeah, you free. In fact, fortunately, any entrenched provision, any entrenched, it can easily be amended. Yeah, parliament. Yes. Subclause 1.
There's a private
deleted
bill.
Yes,
so efforts are being made.
Right.
Ghana stands to benefit.
Because MSA say I can send US, but it's when you're US citizen.
This was what 12 years ago.
Anyway, that was just by the way. So we for Honorable Catherine Afeku, and I'm not teaching commander pay. Our focus and education. Our focus Chief Alan John Chairman. So let's zoom into our conversation this morning. Now, what we'll share. Mama Kunya, I'm also a question. Maybe now we share Chief Alan Pay, but our had a name seen in here. Our question now, not between me a union and Edia Mass. Send your message. Oh, your WhatsApp platform, so 0322497263, 0322497263. The be phone lines and also join the conversation. Your talk command. So now, Honorable,
yes.
Now to the serious conversation I become another pay about Chief Alan. Matitina saying about endorsement. I'm for endorsing a year Baumia. And I see EP boss, and I see regional chairman B. Now, it's a party in paying for me. In fact, members of parliament, that is 118 out of 137. 118. Just, in fact, more than majority of the house. From the MPP side, I endorse it and you bow me. For you, what is the same way? It's a kimwana.
Kwesi no pay medical echia ejuso mahene. Ene ejuso ohima. Ene ejuso constituency. Ebusuapon mpaibo kese pa wo de ta wo mu ba wo de share yura alankwadwo chimantin echi endorsement say eye pa say ye wo bibia a friend records and archives ahaya Ashanti and yeah regional chairman sir chairman for nyina endorse Dombedu but you say why na general secretary of our party. I mean, if endorsement equates votes, then we don't need to go for this contest. Mesre with humility say for endorse they have a right to, but the true genuine endorsement comes from the grassroots.
But in the true, these are regional chairmen, these are members of parliament. Omukuta constituency. In fact, many Joyce Kasai, or say constituency in an omudi a year, support, and the mobile. Everybody was clear about it.
Tell me, Kwesi with you read Joyce, Madame Fopa, massive. Na Joyce, the vote, yes,
but the constituency,
he cannot intimidate, coerce, or push people to go and vote because people are discerning. And a constituency, one man, one vote. My preamble is endorsement in itself is not a bad idea. But the true endorsement, the genuine from the heart endorsement, is from the grassroots. You're a deputy speaker, a full member of parliament from the Kwai, Madame Fopa, but he spoke for himself. Or your general statement, Pacha, when the Kwai constituency executive Akasa. Thank you. When the chairman of the Kwai Akasa, when the polling station be a bank that abo wakifi some say massive uni me pa Akasa. So if you make a generalized statement, say me name domunina ediwechia your friend political talk. As far as I am concerned, endorsement in itself is not bad, but use the history of John Wedu's endorsement as a precedent. Nafaye and Fatomo Nafakasa. Me say the true and genuine endorsement comes from the grassroots. It's the mom
who say all the big people within the party, like big, more high,
big or small, the vote is 110. As a journalist of stature, Kwesi Parker Wilson, how many MPs have you personally interrogated? Say, 110. Oh boy, you mentioned a handful. Miamebwa, Yura, Anodom Pre, Yura, Farouk, Yura, Habib, Yura, it's a handful. Until they can say 11B. But, if we're being scientific, I would rather you have a day. And then you call all the MPs, 136, because we have one off now. Yeah. And then you add the independent who made us stay in power. And ask them one-on-one. Majority will decline to comment because their vote is secret.
And
I say it on authority. Because as an astute politician, you don't hatch your eggs before they are even laid. Me your candidate, me share me constituents, me catch your plane. Say your vote is your secret. Go and vote your conscience. As for me, I'm telling you, vote your conscience. But me mami chinchin wonsa. Say tuma kojo, tuma kwame, and I said tuma abena. Eduha one kasano based on the records of all the candidates. Say that we can add 10. But yinina amongst us, say 3 people and 7. No, it is not a slight against all the other candidates. They are all capable, but elections are won with facts, figures, scientific analysis, and research. I didn't know Shananka a 2-horse race. And a year Kennedy.
Recent service.
Yes, I didn't know ABC, Alan, Baumia, and Kennedy. Inti enunu na ye nyina no ye hone in, but the rest, the 7 are competent, they are qualified, but your politics. It is not a try and error thing here. Come November 4th, we're going to choose a leader who Ghana will see as the one gentleman to continue from where Yura Akufo-Addo will live. So let me land on the endorsement. Endorsement, a few people, not the numbers they're throwing about. Ye endorsement in a drew so work. Ye Kumasi. Ye endorsement in a drew so work. Ye Wakra. Ye endorsement in the market na yako. All the 16 regions. You see spontaneity. Who say nipano or the nipe yes send o text say endorse me no akwa endorse no debut we no nipa nankasa no if ni pemu if ni nakomam o see abrantie tintin gramu papa no sekofo no wono na mode ne ba ye beto. This one is not rehearsed, this one is not staged, this one is not forced. It is coming from the mouths of the people. And I go back to my preamble. Endorsement in itself is not a bad thing, but endorsement that is genuine and from the grassroots is the true endorsement that we have.
You know what, say there's a story she's here from Ayewe Free na or say
Madam for Efija
say Ayewe Free or say na Alan na ye penko for star witness election 2012 petition no. No, here say a drew no so. Ba omi an ko jama party no. E wo court. O ye nyina ye ko be hwebi nyina be o TV so. Enti ye ka obi e drew no so pa de o be otu no si wo party no at the time na party no hia obi amana bo no. Allah was nowhere to be found. These are his words.
Patro date no kan he no. Date na o kan court case a date by.
2012.
Me da say.
Election petition.
MPP started with election petition. We don't have a history in this party. Kwesi Parker Wilson. Who radio station wait 5 years, okay? Inti ye rajuma na she na juma say na waya na speakers aba nkofa betenta and obiba on the 4th year, 5 months into the 5th year. What happened to the 92 financiers? Yet Young Executive Forum. Na ye court petition. Ye ko akopesika. Saturday na Rollins. God rest his perfect soul. Nipa ewu kro we mu say party kra wo do na usuro no. We had men, and Alan Kwadwo Chamantin stood tall in that era. So there was a 92, a 96, a 2000, a 2004, a 2008 before a 2012. But Maminka was a me election petition me Kobe. Okay. 2012 Yenina Yerasa Mabwatin and a fair candidate we had lost. So we have find the pink sheets and called the nearest court. So I was a petitioner in my constituency issue. Your vice president was a petitioner. As a matter of fact, it was the president who was a petitioner. So he was given the power of attorney to stand in because he was a co-petitioner.
Running mate.
That's all. No Edru was so criteria. Edru was so criteria in the Young Executive Forum. Edru was so criteria and say Edisika Edibwa party from 2000 going back to 92. Edru was so and say would the enuma Edema will party for constituency business ventures. Edru was so say we you bottom for 20 years every month with this national headquarters. Check the records. And only Edru was so say ye pe mema. Emo jina ekuo nanim na ye nhyehyem paase ye ti ekuo no founding fathers ene eduru so se na nka beka se criteria kra eyi ye president film eduru so ne se ye ton we japade e de aboa the new patriotic party as you see it today. Oh yes, and that is why we are here. Yes, I want nipa nkasa na nkofo nim party fo nim ni ye party no enye se wakwatena se be courtroom. I was at the secondary high court with my pink sheets. Yes, as directed by the party. And he saw Minya Ayu, he's a medical doctor, very good friend of mine. Doctor, yes. The logic is a bit warped because you go and sit and defend your petition. Then it wipes out the party's traditions and sacrifice from 92. With the Fakompo back to 69, go back to 47. Go back to those who use their money to set up UGCC. Those are the people we called Edru Homoso. Now, meme kotela box was a candy. Because a month will be a young son or no Baumia war, but meme say no so. We are a democratic party. You will yes, I'm giving you the chronology exactly of the party's history. Events in the church. Yes. But number 2 bimo. Obetu bino. And by extension, in Dubai. So my matna emradem, and I may emra. It's a meme mao argument. You will form the conclusion yourself. Okay. Now, what conclusion you say? Meme conclusion is a Drew Alan Kwadwo Chamantin. But in Dubai, I will not say that because we are going for a contest. But I in my capacity as a deputy spokesperson, Edru Alan Kojo Chairman Tenso, and there are reasons to back that.
Just for reasons, but yes, from the Ashanti region, because Osha said, "Oh boy, and just so of course that's where it comes from."
Yes, the
Alan Chairman team, the factor in the Ashanti region, if now can you might say yes, Edru Alan Swintino, or say to a madam.
Oh, baby, na me bo history nama. At the end of this, when you delegate crowd, baby, when you say you are AAY Chairman, ne papa, if you patasi. Paternal home is Patasi. Patasi, Ashanti region. Medasi. Or now, your phone a wono, she's still around. My chiao, if you adjust. Or my ne papa, Wellesley, if you central region, Elmina. And see, your core edna minimum was as the papa wufia. Oh, yeah. Politics is about numbers. And I tie it into his heritage. Or papa. Culture center.
Yeah, sure.
The legacy of the man's father is still out here in Ashanti region. Into what ye a fieba or ye a fie nipa and ye to abaswa ye should be a numbers no edoso. And if you have a handful of, that's why it's called democracy. You have a handful of MPs in the region making their views heard. It is not a blanket endorsement of this Ashanti region for a particular candidate. Debbie. Machro, a Jeffie, Machro, a Nafie, and on one cassa. Any Ukroyimu. Or Yiri on any Bobra, Ekra, and Kwalambi, no. Wolfiko,
okay.
Eastern region, Akunta, Eastern region. One cassa, because he is from this enclave, the best of our party. Yeah, Kakrada Yakai. Matime NLM, NPP, Ninfuma, Ashanti region. And you cannot hide that fact. I say, be no person politically correct. You know, if you have equate. NDC equals Volta region.
That's true.
Police are mentioned, and Obianka say, why tribal sentiment. NPP, you are conferred by Ashanti region. It is a statement of fact. Into we are lucky. Now, when your candidate, the stronghold of our party has birthed that candidate, not just birthright, but with loyalty of service from 92. Young Executive Forum. Yera Macmenunya, Yera Kandapa, Mamia Abena Dapa, and Penifuaku Damaine, Party Nisi Wamusresono. They were in Young Executive Forum, and Alan Kweduche, the youngest bright, was their chairman. You Rabbi Redua Nyamiato was the secretary. 2 Alan Kweduche and kwa fashion. Into Nyadi just a Yatana boxing, ya petition tea. Are you according to you ne argument no Edru. So there be Edru would say what's some your party no we have the culture of apprenticeship.
Okay.
You Rakufo. Now
the culture of apprenticeship.
We have a culture of apprenticeship.
So Smejuman.
So you Rakufo. Now Eduba he wo. Osomono wokoye ansakufo ba yerakufo be kono ye papa president excellency anopayi chiao no ne no na ekro here e wo sunyan wosom ye ka chense twen ma wonu apani ne nko. We vote all right in MPP, but the tradition and the culture of apprenticeship is not forgotten in MPP. Edubayin kufo yura akufado. Yara Lanchemante, only bo ebra, a second runner up. In social culture now, the second runner ups, when they're up to the task, they take over. We go through elections again, and endorsement to be an answer in position. No, we go through elections, and you see the groundswell, the 200 and something thousand delegates. They know they are discerning. And a woman named say nipa ya de ne ko be breaki 8 no e chief alan me ma figures na just ya no na ye kan Ashanti region ya to aba wa hwe elections ache ye to ne aboba and this for bisa say ketu north aba ketu south aba. The history of our party men said that the ye bisa the zebilaba for MPP. And I said wale aba for MPP. Bantama aba. Enshaye swaba. Subin aba. Why don't we see that as ethnocentric? And why don't we see that as tribal? Why is it that the party eats from Ashanti region? And when the Ashanti region is presenting a candidate, Obibeka say, and say Basho.
So by why are we shying away from that? Ashanti for Tuma Omodie.
I was saying, endorse it. Reason being, Ashanti region always determines our going into power or opposition. 2020, I'll show you figures. What kind of keka? Where you easy. 2020 votes made it all the 5 regions or vote made it was 876,000.
So
5
we have 5 regions in the north.
Let me give you figures.
Savannah, northern region.
Yes.
Upper East, Upper West. 5 regions.
May what numbers natural. Now I cross check you easy. Where if you easy. Upper West region, the entire region. 105,000. Okay. Me also no. Upper East 175,000. Okay. Northeast 122,000. Northern region 391.
Northern region.
The almighty 391,000.
Wow.
Savannah region 80,000.
You mean 2020 elections?
This is the 20. Yes, okay.
And you're parliamentary candidate, you know.
Dabi.
I mean, you mean Nanado?
Presidential.
Yes, vote on Yana.
Mese kwa East
391.
391,446.
Yeah.
This is from EC.
Wow.
I want to repeat this so you put it in context.
Okay.
Say yes, will be time you'll be. We are all one family. This is internal contest, but we're going to vote based on facts, figures, and marketability. Yet you will be quiet. Listen again. Upper West region 105,000. Okay. Upper East region 175,000. Okay. Northeast region 122,000. Northern region 391,000. Savannah region 80,000. Now, almighty Ashanti region 1,793,773. Would all the 5 northern regions Nebuma yenya 876. Would the Ashanti one region 1,793,000
to the facts there. But
so
you're not being
where,
fair to
where
the
is
fact
the unfairness and the fairness?
We check demography, the population size of the region. And also contribute. Even Ashanti for almost in numbers.
Precisely where we should get our candidate from. No, precisely where we should get our candidate from. Where your party is strong. You've just concluded the whole show. Ashanti region population size. Thank you. Easy. Ashanti region and you have a candidate who's poised to be the front runner coming from the region. One more endorse. And when she says Obi competent and now Obi qualified, we are talking about a race that has top 3 contenders out of 10. Yeah. And out of the top 3, 1 hails from the region that can give the party almost 2 million votes. Into young race, NDC for 2 million votes. Remember, 13 million people will vote. Yeah, the statistics young people will register. More 14 million. Yeah. But and you're talking about so you'll be an you're looking at 6 to 7 million people to vote. You already have 2 million in the box before you're bopping. Because plus or minus, this is not tribal, this is not ethnocentric, it is just a natural tendency of our people in the Ashanti region. This is their time to bring MPP out of the doldrums, to break the 8. Say wupe alanasem, say wumpe alanasem, see power. Actually, Yura Kufado Juma Pasona Mahama, where the president paying Yura Mahama, and sign my mayor Shogum Potobiwa. Our best bet to break the 8 is Alan Kojuchaman. And I've given you the fact. Me read it from EC page. Me read it from EC page.
Baumia, the vice president, to lead that. When is it the case? He said, I sent for Montoba and said, do some put trouble on Montoba.
2020, 570,000 people did not vote in Ashanti. Registered voters did not vote in the Ashanti region. Apathy had set in with the school education, free SHS, school feeding. You were here, and I'm sure you had election night fever. They said, I am here. 2016, you had 1 million. When you are in government and have been, incumbency attracts all kinds of things. We were short by 500,000, and that 500,000, it was easy data if you Ashanti region.
Wow.
Okay, 13,000 did vote. Look at the number. Ashanti region, 500,000 people did not vote. So yeah, party for chow. Yeah, to srewomo. So would do be mean time was one time a family by yensada yensem. So if we want power, if we want to keep Mahama in retirement, our best bet is the gentleman who comes from the region that gives the highest vote to the party.
The move plays that tribal card no, in favor of Alan.
Any tribal. So who causes ya? Na se who share yenu Muslim because the man. Nobody coughs. Any tribal. I am giving you scientific
Muslims
data.
Are going for their own.
But that's the sentiment. It is a Ashanti region. Now, wo wafa. Yeah, kwa kensi. Wo ma weni so weni chele nim say we dey wafa. We dey ya yedim. We dey yebusie ni. Now say Debbie, is are you a free ya ka kire say or no epe obi foforo nti na wo so akodi na chi. Eh, ade ofie yo. Bema. Me say me maka kire listen na aircon. Shakwa Central Region na kore. What's one year Kennedy? Yeah. And I want to go igwe name. Want to Edna the one call because Ireland nene being in the fuel. That is the sentiment. Our politics in Ghana, it is not tribal, it is not religious, it is just fact. 500,000 people didn't vote in Ashanti region. If you present a candidate who hails from the region that voter apathy setting, we will recalibrate. So if nothing at all, yanko pa obi a chow, and yanko ye letters will kukum, and a yanko ye text message say, hey, endorse me, best work. No, it was spontaneous, and every single citizen in this country sat up. Say, oh, MPP had chance. MPP is strong against all the odds, with all the economic issues. Say nipa way, enya akwenye di anymore, or obenya chance to turn the fortunes around. It was a statement of fact. So we say ya nyena najo ene yanko ye. I mean, thank you. But me person me dey back ma. This is not an ethnocentric message. It is a fact from EC's platform. Say vote no do na eko MPP no. If he has Ashanti region, it is one of your own. If one of our own, vote for him. Thank you, because I your party. And yeah, quite. But say Alan Kwani fi Ashanti region. Oh, say and me can you me global info analytics and me buy when I can say agro no omo yedu na mum the global info analytics is but two that for one but sentiment e what form no e kire we say agro no e nipa me nu but say ya third force it is scientific me kutu dwesre ne say let nobody make that emotional mistake of toying with our future in this party.
But what can say? I mean, I see the passion in your voice.
We are pleading with Ashanti region to present a winnable candidate for Ghana.
Which is Alan
Kwadwo Chematin. But AAY Nebano.
AAY Nebano. Yo. Now, what can say? I will global info analytics in their survey. What should I say? At the primary party like some primary but men be winning enye Alan. However, oko the national to say Ghana ye to bana. Alan be winning enye Baomia. So Alan has to first cross the primaries now.
Thank you.
Ya to no swaba.
Thank you.
Wait until we know.
Kwesi Baka was e eya no. Mpacho ye to flag bar we na ewie.
Say we na come in election.
Thank you.
Of course.
Let me give you the
but the flag bar you say. Baomia be winning.
And the pim one and it's a party you pim one ye to flag bar ni akufie. Because the Ghanaian citizens ye got to flag bearer race 230 were a microscopism of the entire
30,
voting population.
Point something million Ghana.
Thank you. Inti Ghana for say, somebody papa way ba, ye beba mo ebreki 8. Ghana for na ekam. That research me manyebi wanyebi and they have been proven. Say anko ye amaya ye jitum. Almost some kind even when you go to the second page, they say Ghanaians are yearning for this gentleman, but he has to cross. Anything a year incumbent on the delegate, he say, hey, na ye we are many when a police station executive house to house. So Ghana for na ye call more someone to Abamayeno, almost more per Alan. Into Mina me ko to Abano. Masedi or me as a metie Ghana for no the Omoka to Alan. Namutoma Alan. My strategy a static campaign. Who say shall say dan say na Alan no in them jum and no going for and I sorry and the strategy was to confirm Ghana force wo mo pe Alan. Inti afen ye be constituency rounds inti ye kwa enu na make choice enu ni genuine endorsement no. The Ghanaians have endorsed Alan. Inti aka wa we osi ahene ni. So are you going to listen to what Ghana is saying or you're going to listen to yourself? Because what told you anywhere now to Ghana. And they've made your job easy. Ghanaians, 30 million people catch wo Kwesi Wilson so obeso line atwaba on November 4th. Now wokwa mpacho fakojoche mate bremi. What did the bremia metwamano? It's simple. So we went to Ghana, all the 16 regions. The marketplace, the women said Alan. The chiefs, they said Alan. The churches, they said Alan. The imams, they said Alan. The school people, they said Alan. Into one constituent delegates. You see the picture. Any kind of delegates and say Ghana. Because if you want power, you bring Alan. If you want a flag bearer, you bring any other.
Bring Baobia.
You bring any other, because then you're being unfair to the other. Okay. So that's why I'm not projecting anyone to pitch against my candidate. Okay. Our candidate, who is the surest best to break the 8, Ghana for an account. I was like, research in the moon. And I yet research keke nanti krum fa and crime and oma confirm and yakojum oma confirm yako in sorry oma confirm yako mosque oma confirm yako garages oma confirm yako schools oma confirm say aka wo delegate I would confirmation with genuine endorsement e be count now grana easy cause wo delegate to abeni you abeko house to house you could do maybe say you catch reo say for kodjobra now go for kwame mento. It's as simple as ABC.
Honorable Catherine Afeku and Kasano say a very, very striking point. I say, if you want a president, vote for Alan. But if you want a flag bearer, vote for anybody. But among your course there, what time is about power? Now, about Gavin. It's it's a very interesting comment to all the delegates. Very interesting comment.
My delegates ne fapem no Ashanti. This is the only region with 47 constituencies. Yeah. So the bulk of the vote is from Ashanti. This is not ethnic. This is not tribal. It is a fact. Easier. And I want to how many constituencies? 47. How many constituencies do we have in northeast or northern region? 6, 18. I know just a vote if you are now. You been here because northern region. I can't win where you want. See, I call you naba.
I see. You call me pick up to be a brand or come. Hey, why you want pass over campaign? Just how do you feel?
We are very sensitive to the situations here. Who's here? African IMF board meeting. For me, if you are sensitive to the economic challenges now, me feel handless no na nyade. It's a politics they obey logistics.
Of course.
Banka we no anajo. I just say sumu. Na say broad daylight.
No so the see.
And
I say this is just
an advice.
As a politician,
Kwesi Wilson.
Wow, with resources.
The optics is not good. Let's not pretend. Let's say it like it is. Situation the woman says here pensioners. That's true. Finance ministry.
That's a fact.
And if the second gentleman of the land, those who love him are causing him harm, Ekofa pickups and the pictures that are not in the Marianum, baby, a fire and Crobijin our petrol truck when this council. Ebufubi ebebanimuno and court against candidate, a court against the party. So, I will say the handlers goofed in all humility because situation a woman, the people are not in the mood to see party paraphernalia is here. One more person who say IMF na ye patch.
Assuming say the now from one money and a sponsor.
And I make a show say there is so much wrong with the perception. The handless, look, be a excellency, but me no na akofa cars a good truck. So I am saying the handless have caused him so much harm. Say we a better pants paper. Me nana bond yenchiaye. Okay, it is not as if our second gentleman has a factory and the profits and or obi no dey talker. So the perception in Ghana is it's government money. Whether friend, when out here will speculate say your friends be
for now we don't know.
So you don't have the fact. So the speculation, whatever is speculated is always the negative that wins. Yes, can't you bondholders when you talk. That is the perception on the ground, and it is terrible. The handlers made a big boo-boo. Cars, no, ubi anya campaign I won't use car. Ube use the timing, the optics is terrible. Me tiha, me floating voter, na mi hua mento. Me nana ejine kura plaka de wiem, epe ne bond. Me papa. Yentia nika won't say give workers a strike. Of course. Who said NAPCO force yentia wamaka 1 year? That's a sika why you topic up. Why are we not solving these problems? You see, so you cause more damage to the party. So if I were in NDC, as argumentative as I am, you've given me further. Who be go teacher Libya yentia nika? What got sign in Cheko? Who pay naba?
You're kotaka.
Oh can. Who pay no? If I can do it, they will do 3 times. Until one more handle vice president campaign, they need to be sacked. Because that picture, it caused more harm to our general party's outlook. Oh, Chief Kawa, baby.
I don't know.
When who say the BBR tally, say cast be no, because we are sensitive to the situation on the ground. Right now, Party, we should have red half mast. We've lost a hero.
Yeah.
Baswa has suffered for this party, victimized, and is dead because he died in the course of duty. That is the mood in the country. Bondholders have repaid them. That is the mood in the country. Not pickups with paraphernalia and pictures of people. It makes you insensitive. Until I may say, handless, they have goofed.
But,
they should be sacked.
They
should be sacked. Me catch will say, Yura Alankojo Chemantin has the strategy, the timing, and the numbers. Politics is about numbers. The numbers. Into your better trust for Ghana for say, Modi Yura Alankojo Chemantin Eba. Ye be breaking 18. And yamina make it is the people of the nation pleading with 203,000. 203,000 are going to decide for 31 million into your sramu. And a mema basanti mema meko me yeno. Mejina Oyerepa. Edi kutusre. Edi to 47 constituencies. Waha. Emo now. Regional chairman vote here back. Constituency chairman vote here back. Coordinator vote here back.
Vote here back.
The word fake is a bit too harsh. I am saying put it to the test. Yes. Because when you were mentioning names, you couldn't even reach 12.
No,
Debbie. Thank you. That's the cardinal principle. You are going to investigate and probe and get the facts. They are a handful. And to me, make sure the say Ghana constituencies are say. But you have evidence to back it. Videos, who say nipedi alanechi, who say yekojomo maneka. We have the voices. And you say you. You have to put it to the test. We have the facts, we have the videos, and we have the voices. It is not rehearsed, it is not fake, and it is not voiceover. These are facts. Thank you. Into you then work on one for video evidence and fan support it.
I see. This is a challenge to all the members of parliament within the NPP. Say I'm passing 118 and I support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the claimer. They should all come out and then voice it. This is a challenge to all the MPs on Moshe. And yes, idea. Asamna mo kan yemfa.
And I mean, as an astute politician, in defense of my colleagues, members of parliament, they will not do that because it's politically unwise. Oh, I'm a candidate. I'm contesting in my constituency. But when I go, in all humility, delegates are discerning. What they could say. So Nipa me say when Kennedy came to my constituency, I was there.
Okay.
Whenever any candidate comes, I will be there. But at the end of the day, we'll catch a delegate and say, use your conscience and vote wisely. Simple. But when we could delegate, I want to say be crossing penny. Obi kra wa bobra sen wa kwaka me say meme wo kwadwo meme wo kwame nti chenchen ajesua. It means you have not shown respect and the delegates have discerning mind. And then you who John Boyd do mu. You Saturday that you come you want to be the anim. You nyaya yakoto aba wonyaye. So endorsement na you who has ano. It doesn't translate into vote.
Okay. It was for maybe a phone line no Eddie mama na join conversation in a very short while. Na message boy say Madam Afeku is too much Parker. We used to say Kwesi Chief Alan all the way. Okay, and this one says, Parker, please, we want you to campaign for Chief Alan.
Say, thank you.
The population,
and that is why the candidate must come from the region that has more votes.
We see. Good morning. Please, I want to ask why all the former MPs are delegates or campaigning for Alan. Is it about bitterness? If she says Alan's time, then Apreko Cabinet Japan should rather lead. If she's talking about the cars given to V because there's hardship, what about the billboards? And please, can she show us Alan constituency in Kumasi? Quickly.
First one.
Is it about bitterness? It's about Budi Alan in China. What's the meaning of your former?
Me pacho Cabo on your former MP.
My former MP.
What is the problem? There are former MPs in all the camps.
Ali Maiga,
your former MP. I must say, your former MP. Derek Odru, your former MP. Duncan. It is moot.
Again, also about time in there, and they are Prekuba and son by Alan Neba.
And Onwankasa webisa no me ton me dia Onwankasa webisa no o hwe na kuma mu pa edin waboboi research no wo
research no mo dia one fan dey amba dia
we no e nya atom
for facts research
facts these names are not in there.
In fact, they put all of them together. Just 1%, including the former agriculture minister. That is what the research
and when you make coming kwanka with the bold statement, can you say super delegate? We had na grow na 3. Near Kwesi sika akofa 10 in our line. Near Chaso and number 5. It's almost cosmetic, and we should go straight to November 4th and put it like it is.
I see.
We pick a leader and we march on unified. We rehearse. I didn't qualify what my name was. Alan, Bawumia, Kennedy. Don't want to scan more polling station for adopted constituencies. But personal.
And then the final question is that what Tia Kamba cast was say Bawumia they are not sensitive, but most so one see various billboards across the country. And not so bad kind of so that's the point.
Me nuana wakasa no me dana se billboards no we so be their video and am ADD at them and omo de ba e be pulling in down but the car stirred an emotion in Ghanaians. A topic I would aba and a say me buy a topic or the buy na billboard the party a competition for billboard and Kakotone the first. Planting for billboards.
We say planting
for billboards and votes. And see questions send the Abaka have been 8 years in parliament. I live on arguments. His arguments are wobbling. They have no legs to stand on. The cars cause a stir emotionally in the people of Ghana. And I bet that ponso and ya chim say coming kwa in kaboye na najo. nature say, because you have to be sensitive.
Exactly.
Into Nipano, your best friend, woman who emra, he must be a follower of somebody. I mean, Michelle cry a Kennedy supporter because yes, or more into Agwani Diacho.
Right.
Me media me de buy and say Chief Alan Kojo Chamantin is our surest bet to break the 8. And I do no so.
For maybe a phone line in the amount just a minute. WhatsApp message in there 0322497263. Now, remember on Kai said Action Pharmacy Limited at the Fluma Triple Action number. Say when you kata kakra, when you code kakra mesre, say obepe a year Fluma Triple Action. Now, Action Pharmacy at the a new contraceptive pill swab by a friend Ovisa. Now, so visa way there, a boa situation, kama contraceptive in the boa situation, kama. It's a Fluma Triple Action, any Ovisa contraceptive, me pacho woko Ozone's chemist, I will Ashton, Obenye B, woko Danny Farmer, K, Obenye B, woko PFA Farmer, Tafo, Obenye B, and all licensed chemical shop, drugstore, Bia, Obenye B, which for Frey Omo on 0208 165 0208196165 and 0270911199 0270911199 Fluma Triple Action and kwa mambie phone lines to the manager in the conversation and there and pay we say okay Michael of Referee Drop. Mike, good morning.
Good morning.
Mike Bonito mami ano pay me too.
Yana masini program oye. Alan Chamantini Baumiano. Omo fight no aye severe. But how shapa dia Baumia di konyeshi. But the party position of aye Baumia. The president is supporting Baumia. The MP
that was actually my last question answer wako. But what can you me
hello?
Yeah, Mike, meet you.
Now make can say party positioning now be up about me.
Right.
Why?
Me say yes, right, me too. To aswami.
Yes. And they say and Ghana for be no more master any other the in super alankan. Almost to abandon because now we say no. Or say he has arrested the dollar and given the keys to the IDP. And the Omniba and this is here in the campaign message. The years of Gope.
Get to Bedasi. I'm going to about NDC in here campaign message. You, I'm going to call and say hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm your first and everything.
Your family Israel, my favorite at Wenchi.
Okay, Israel, but you.
Minya me money adwuma pa mo ye em say oba no akasa oye MPP ni afeku oya de wadi MP wadi minister bebre but me pese me kire ne say eniemu mu ye tene no to be frank aye ba o me ne yi ni wadi into the kasa ye campaign ma woni abati abeto abada wie no ba o me ne be wi ni enye emfa hu bia nto bia so but the reality on the ground at the end of the day ba o me will win and I will come back a day. My name is Israel the prophet. The metro say at the end of the day breaking the 8 in the Ebebaswa it's IMF no edi bibia atuja di amagana ye tete niam so nke ye na Ghana wi ni ni no paper no obi wi ye wa de be ye amaba o nya Israel
Mati Israel me da say mama kwa hinsan hello
Opening that ya from Patrick me kasa si ansa bo nsu mo pe na ma de wo so thank you
Patrick meet you bonto mami
Mami tia Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia dache hene ono no ka 55 ni ade so ye bire ni ye beto ya badi amano na masre ma tia Dr. ya wo say edutum education minister and deputy finance minister lawyer John Kuma na kaka American say ye besre ye nuanom se ba bi aduro no party ni wo ban NFC ye de ye bo na eya akonoma amanfo na Bawumia wenia ye nyina be support ala wenia e be support dan say e be dru ba bi no na say ye campaign tia ba ko ma se papa na weni wi a we no defend a wo be kwa ko defend no wo be bre
Martin, after elections, you know, we support whoever becomes a flag. That's it. Mami called Dan Suman in Accra. Louis, right?
Yeah, Louis.
All right, Louis. Good morning, Pacho. It's you.
Pacho, Masem Gatan. After quote, John Wong.
ade a momo yi a mudi ku baumia te baumia ono an obewu so wuni a se eba election a obetumi aye campaign amanana untumi ye na se baumia so wuni a ye ma oppose iti dia mo ye no mu bu ni mu ati ade papa ni na ye bu kran boy de ne beba iti onjai asem no constituency kwa bo ye yiwu asi instead of that means ministerial post are you getting pressure about
infancy ya infancy ya Yakubu mameko Yakubu hello Yakubu
good morning Mr. Pagana from to say
ya me adme ho ya pa Yakubu na afrefin
me fenfin career
great meet you
Ghana na MPP for we there who say ya kwa bane seven previous ye ni medie our form kakra and this ka MPP for to be audacity and sanka breaking the to wasam masa MPP busa say Ghana no MPP abaye no omo 5 6 7 ye jimi fu ana
oh David ye fancy ya yen call dan someone back Kobe Kobe good morning me ba chomo ba na mo kasa maka show we there so we should be very careful and guarded in our comment. Yes, Kobe, but I'm
good morning.
Yes, sir.
The chairman, let me check also.
Me do so.
My idea, I say, as some of American, a month for NTS, friends, election. And also be a channel again, what I say. And I will also be a marketing president, who be also original, what I say. But I'm out for the personal too much. So, my man tonight, what says fat to fat. Fat not carrying in the paper. What does it? You also there, but also cut fat to fat. What does it? Why is share this? Because I go about the federation on the battle. I am Kalangua. What is it? This year, bye bye.
Mate, me that's it. My man call or Pesica good quite so. My controversial brother. Good morning.
Oh, whatever.
We tell the Pesica.
Nago boy sha o boy di mawate na tell me boy fit dey watch my son is your baby don't worry very soon aha aba me boy fit dey confront modu and command the next president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia NDC force through aba Bawumia dey born in the NDC for baby ate o enyo mo maka no Bawumia na kwa you and I were not there e court ama ene ya dey hu NDC we can miss some of these elections in 2016 we win by over 1.5 million votes. About me, I take you and I were not there. No, let me more. I resigned from the party and no more arbitrary. I did your home. Opa Yamon Paya, Dimo, Elusua. Omo resigning, Dimo, that is their habit. Omo resigning, Omo Lusua, no more resigning from the party. That's a person, I'm so my family made a party name. Ah, Opa, I never be a few, so you can't let me have no cut me again. But upon the critical near to be at the Lydia.
Mate, I mean, things here. Point well made. I mean, call last call. So, hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Tucker.
Yes, I'm watching first and everything.
Tucker, because of the action more.
Okay, but you're going to mommy why?
I'm a player. I said that Emma, make a train of Fuku, Eduma Power, the Chief Alan. Na yesterday, cancer delegate said Maman Edika at 6 mono. Social partner, ye war tradition be a ye diso. In the more modern tradition, ye be diso. And so far, said you far bontia and go $4 and go for NPP, say no. If you might nipa minua, a muti or my name say, and now at the Danko Kufu, watching my PSA, and you are Bawumia. The captain na go and who minus so then go for complain now in if you're not in the immediate and ever. It means before one or full mono and no one never, but it is Panama, that you power bono.
Right. Medasi. Yembenin, you know, Kobe Super say, Honorable Catherine Afeku has this morning dismantled every camp. What a fantastic delivery. You are superb. We say, Kotoma, can you? Or say, Honorable Catherine Africa, God bless you. Your delivery is superb. It's indeed Alan's time. Alan is truthful and our best bet. Isaac Brigham says, fantastic delivery by Catherine and Akua Asiedua. Say Afo Afa Alan all the way. These are a few of the messages here this morning. Yeah, Hannah Debesi, but of course, honorable. Honorable, my second in command. In fact, my chief of staff. Any BBIB on the show, Anaban, my commander in chief of the show. My commander in chief of the show, Anaban.
Compliment this. Wow, this is a beautiful lady.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful lady.
I'm humble.
Yeah, I work at Chino. You're beautiful lady. Oh, you're finally.
There are a few issues that were raised, and that's why we have opportunity. Also, a type back a few days so now and church.
Exactly.
First and foremost, we're going for an internal
election. That's true.
There are 10 contestants. Bakope anybody. Into what any of the 10 admonishment in immediate. You don't get personal and you don't get emotional. Yeah, pay to me. Yeah, personality. Into a corner corner. Yenum been a campaign from 2010. Myself, Bimbila MP Nitiwul, Isaac Siama, Otiko Jaba for 10 months with Akufado. Yeah, call round and Uncle for say one pe Akufado. The Jinemo say Edru no show because he has served. Yeah, the man. Okay, so it is a culture of apprenticeship in our party. And then talk. Yaku really. Nasa Chief Alan Ewinia. One more as he has done and demonstrated from 207 Abisine. Or ne Yerakufado not wenya. He's the one to lead the campaign.
Okay.
Into ye ko. Ye nuanuma enyenina no ombeba abeka Chief Alan na yeko. Inside our homes, in private, our colleagues, they tell us in confidence. They know the truth by a contest. Until we are better to okay. Canadian. Into your best asante memo. Your best remo. We dear. Ye de kotosre. Let the Ashanti region deliver the presidency for Mother Ghana. Na Yera Muhammad dear. Who retired president Awasaba history but could be a bad American. It was the 18th century. Ghana and Pesa history no. Yeah, Chief Emra. Now I'm met to tell you but be afraid yeah better than us. As I say atom the DNA we welcome such comments. It gives us opportunity to
Honorable Medasi Anope from Shiftman Atonsu say I've enjoyed the interview with Honorable Afeku this morning. In fact, Ghana now needs an industrialist.
Western Central.
Wilson. Yes.
Constituency.
Of course. You have to speak in Zuma. Back in the Zuma few
make your mama lenia evaluate a Jomoro Jura. Yabas Nkomo me lady na ofanye mu ala yawon. Ghana you could get MPP to azwa. Bema ye do Ghana ye masrama ye dem one me to mana ye kure. Bema me bi ala. Bakachi yesa. Madam mom se ni jina wa evaluate adwomoro jurana mi yaba ngangre be ka ba doba makwanya na ka ba doba makojo because your vote is your secret nemom akwada sumia nya aza kama Kennedy alma ngana eduma adwom de be nwa helmo idwo nwo so mo ye fa ye kwa NDC ma enwoga eti ye ba zarebe babua ema ye ma NDC edem position na MPP era na ndakome dia mo lebana ba hachem bazwam ni hia mala ma benye yese mobile experience na ba doa ejima pale ni aso nyamle yila enzima kotoko no
ejuma pale nyamlo no be some trade batamba all of the people one no but Shiftman say he's a delegate and he voted for Alan
Shiftman in the move I've heard his name for a long time
no can so I enjoy it
na yen fan no kredi and somewhat party
Kwesi yeah pon abusuafo no nsi abremu ne anim obehia ye bre na so 9:30 no abo e was say sorry ma sometime I will to a champon and sports crew no ebesum edemo etoaso ena ya ho kase ayenya ne fie ha wa mani age last minute ya yepon Martin Zuma kasa wo beso ya na kofo bebre kasa kiwo ma ya mpa ai meti so mo kodasum yeso
am kodasum yeso a kodasum yeso a
so da ya pa no to abapa ya da mo Kwesi de musi ha. Me din de Akua Asiedua. Me ni abema.
Kwesi Parker Wilson, ebusiafo yam yadom ochina. Ebesia ba with another edition of Obiti. Yedo bibia ase ebusiafo. Akram.